I'm sure
Well,
there'll
it
be
is
some.
technically what they call pirate music, but it's not threatening pirate music.
This is the music pirates play when they're happy.
Okay. Need some Hulu noises and maybe like a dragon flying past. Most brutal ways possible.
Okay, so I'll just fix up who's supposed to be here, but I'll do that in a moment. Today we're up to our Wednesday D&D Mystara session of session number 155 for Phase 3, Season 3, Episode 18. They're on the 7th day of the 3rd month of the year 1012, and at the table today we have Martin.
I'm playing Trellin Silverleaf, a medium elf fae, with a background as a tunnel halfling, don't ask, and a background as an urchin in the streets of Darrakan, and I've chosen the Path of Earth, and Monk 13, and Path of the Walking Rock, and that'll do.
Up next we have is AJ.
Hello, watchers. AJ here. I play Makeda Aiden, or Merc for short. So he's a humanoid bard. He's a merchant by trade. So dark aspect. He's the sort of person that will slip a coin into a rogue's hand and ask for an assassination, while also slipping his other hand into the rogue's wife's underwear.
Though it's also the one that realised he was the villain of the story last time he played.
He's nothing but self-reflective.
Up next is Sean.
I'm currently playing. Well, I'm playing Cetus, who is currently a elf water genasi berserker fish man thing. We've met somebody who is referring to him as her child, and that is a giant kraken.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some story back there.
Yep. I'm sure Ceus's wife has some explaining to do.
Well, you did get given a new body. They never actually said it was completely human.
Maybe the kraken he killed that day was also the child.
Maybe you've got part of that in you.
Maybe. That's the thought process I was going for.
Online today we have Jeremy.
Good evening all, I'm playing Dimitros, the Kaldaran sage and advisor to King Stefan, as well as noble of the realm of Katalikos, who has built himself up from his humble beginnings and excellent origins to be the gentleman he is today. Always willing to help and support and provide advice to others.
And in the story today, they are currently doing parts of Storm King's Thunder, where they've had many conflicting jobs because they have been asked to make sure the Storm King's crown is not reassembled because it's been broken. They've also been given a task to give the pieces back to the matrons it was stolen from, and to return the Storm King back to his throne, and to return the crown back to the Storm King. So in the middle of all these conflicting promises, Because each has been promised by the party.
Is there something for breaking promises? Is that where we're going?
I don't know. But
We're going to have to fight someone.
The Wild Hunt specifically hunts down people who break oaths and promises. There's no way you can actually walk out of this one without becoming oath breakers.
Interesting.
Well, there's a difference between being an oath breaker and having not yet completed the promise. 17 years later, you still haven't yet completed the promise.
That's true. That is true.
Yes, but would you be intending to complete the promise is the issue. If you're not intending to, then you have broken that request.
Well, maybe internally.
I don't think the Wild Hunt care that much. And so they managed to track down where the Storm King was and proceeded to talk to his jailers and then attack the jail and slaughter the jail keepers.
just on the surface.
I'm sure on the surface they're just dead.
Yeah.
Well, the one below the surface is the one I'm worried about. And also the one flying above the surface.
Have we actually found the Storm King on the boat yet?
You have no idea.
I mean, we reached on the beach on the boat. Cullen jumped down and
Started hacking at the ship.
negotiated with some of the people on the boat.
Yes. He did the Anakin Skywalker trick.
Yeah, but we haven't actually seen the Storm King that we believe is on the boat yet, have we?
Well, Anakin Skywalker's form of diplomacy.
What was that?
Kill first and don't ask any questions.
Right.
But we haven't actually seen the Storm King on the boat. We believe he's here, but we haven't actually seen him yet, is that correct?
Yep, that is
did,
correct.
Hack it at the ship,
Yes, you did.
and then all these people jumped out.
Well,
and
you actually ran into the middle of them and then attacked them.
Yeah.
You tried
So
to...
then you said,
Well-
what do you have the ship for? You want to actually get them onto the deck.
Then you got onto the deck and hacked the people.
You jump on the tail and then start hitting the ship. Well, no, get on the deck.
If I jumped on the roof of somebody's car and started punching it, they're going to get out of the car and go, hey, why are you punching my car?
That is true.
Yeah. But he was on the tailgate trying to knock the bumper bar off. When it was a convertible, when they couldn't actually get up and talk to people. So
Okay, so last we
So Dimitri just said go up and get to the deck. He didn't say anything about killing anyone, but hey.
Last we had it, you were, let me see, we had Cetus and Hildren being lured deeper and deeper into the depths below. We had Calcrix having conversations with the dragon above. We had Merc trying to figure out, is he still alive after being given some nasty burns all over his body.
Maybe it's really suntanned.
So-
Ethnicity.
We have...
how low have we got to?
At the moment, go back and check. I think I've got pretty high
Okay.
points at the moment. I think I'm either full or might have one or two down. So
No worries.
a
and
little bit of worries.
we did also have Trellin and Dimitri on the boat that they were in the process of sinking.
Yes.
After the other groups had found out and passed on through telepathic bond that, hey, the dragon and the kraken are both protecting this boat.
Well, that's all the more reason to get rid of it. Because the Storm King will be eaten by the lady below.
So you'll definitely fail that quest if that happens.
That's fine.
I don't think she's going to eat them.
Uh,
I think she's
The
more
first
interested
step-
in somebody in the party than the Storm Giant right now.
the first step for Colin to meet you will be to find out whether the Storm King is actually on the boat. And if he is, we work out how he's being held and what the situation is. But I'm thinking that, yes, we definitely want to release the Storm King. How much we're helping after that's a different question. But if we release the Storm King, then we fulfill our promise to Sarissa. Assuming he wants to go home and he can get himself home. But that's not our concern. Well, it'd be nice to be helped, but
I think we should locate the crown first.
have we got any evidence the crown's likely to be on the ship?
I mean, chances are the crown was nearby him when they captured him. And they probably took it with them. They're probably not going to have the crown on his head right now.
So if we released him before we find the crown, would we think that he would go straight after the crown and he would be like an adversary to us and getting that crown, or not so much?
You have no idea.
He might have some way of knowing where the crown is, but I suspect it's more likely he'll go against the people that have been capturing him for all this time, including the possibly the dragon and or the lady below, which are significant threats to the party at this stage. Or significant allies, depending on how you look at it.
Enemy of my enemy.
Well, worst case scenario, all three of them are trying to kill us.
Well, you did have some make friends with the dragon, some make friends with the kraken, and some show the pointy end to the cultists.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, okay, certainly Dimitri
So there's
will be encouraging.
a
Dimitri is encouraging Krellin that we want to get to the deck and explore the boat. We want to try and find the king.
So
If
there's
we
a
can find the
protected
crown on the
hull.
way, great.
There was until you killed the priests and damaged the system.
Now they're not protected.
Which was when your sword went out, because it got submerged.
Okay.
The ship was
So
also
we
being
can-
held up by the Kraken, and it's not being held up.
Hold
anymore.
our breath, and then quickly go into the ship, which is only 6 seconds, and then close the door, and good.
Okay, so it will be initiative for everyone.
Who am I rolling initiative against?
You're rolling initiative against all the people who are still there.
I've had a thought.
And what else the party, the other character members might be doing and talking about over the top of the problem.
So the lady below has already shown that she's quite good at psychic stuff. She was holding on to the bottom of the ship, which didn't really seem necessary to keep the ship afloat. Perhaps she was doing that because she was the one keeping the Storm King asleep. And she's no longer doing that. It's just a thought, it may not be correct. I didn't even know if she has that ability.
What skill do we use for initiative?
Whichever one you think is...
Generally, perception is the main one people use unless they can think of another one. And
No, I'm happy with perception.
Whichever one you think is valid at the current time.
36.
okay.
19 for Merc.
Not natural, just 20 in total.
20 in total.
Yeah. And we do have a psychic bond, whatever it's called.
Telepathic bond.
Yeah, that one. The one that allows us to speak to each other.
It was 26 for the big command.
Always fun when you've got to look up the various creatures and they're always in a hard to get to spot.
I was going to make a joke about him being turned into a cat.
Alright, I'm still trying to find my way through to get to the hard to spot. If the enemy hiding.
That was a low roll. I'll let the cat roll.
Okay.
That.
Yes, he does like playing with dice and he can run off with them.
Well, perfect casting likes playing dice.
Yes, except he doesn't like giving them back. So, you are... Trallin is the first one up. You are underwater submerged with the water rushing at you and the sky being to your left.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because it actually went sideways, didn't it?
Yes, it is spiraling down.
Alright. So I'll get my bearings and the ship. Is there some sort of means of opening it?
Possibly, but you haven't seen the door and there's no light in the ship.
Well, dark vision.
That will
Only
be...
helps you if there's light. Which is... pardon me, Tom.
dark vision...
It's not my light.
It's
Dark vision
changed.
works in complete darkness.
And technically they allow it to work underwater, though when it was thermal vision, it stopped at water.
Right.
So there's a lot of different versions of vision in D&D over the years. So you will need to make a perception check with disadvantage because there is a lot of difficulties in trying to find the door.
I need that one. That's a D20.
That's the one the cat needs to roll the best.
So that's...
I think you rolled high too.
19.
19. Okay, so there are no doors on the aft castle that you're on,
Okay. So...
but there are a set of stairs going down right in front of it in open water.
Alright, I'll move down there.
Okay, so do you have a swim speed?
No.
Okay, an athletics check.
And 34. 26.
26. Okay, you start forcing your way down the stairs. And you manage to reach a door being your whole round.
Okay, no worries.
Which is now 3 rounds you've been underwater.
Stealing your pen.
So, if I need to make a constitution check or...
Normally you don't for some time.
Okay, cool.
So Charlon's got no specific way to breathe underwater at the moment.
No,
He's just holding his breath.
that's
Okay.
right. Jesus.
had to have a pen.
Okay. Well, he does like pens and pencils. So Druzzle will run off with pencils more than he will. Partly because she can stick her teeth right into it. And there goes the pencil. Okay. Dimitri is up next.
Dimitri will follow Trellin down towards the doorway, or the door. He's got a swim speed of 35.
Nice.
He's gloves with the sailor. So,
Okay, so you spend a move to get near him because you were on the top of the mast climbing your way down when it started to go round.
happy with that.
Just getting a guess on how tall it is. I would say the mast itself, Crow's Nest, was up 30 feet.
Yep.
And I probably would have put you at about 20 feet when it went over.
All good. I mean, okay, he's got a climb speed of 35 when he's going down the mast if it been like enough water, and then swim speed underneath it anyway. So that's right. You can get down there to the doorway where Cullen is, and I'm assuming there's no one else on deck at the present time.
There is not, because the last people who are on the aft deck are all floating away.
Yeah, and what about in the mid area where the mast actually comes into, whatever that area the ship's called?
The mast actually goes where the stairwell goes down. So the stairwell goes down around the mast.
Yep.
And the area between it and the front of the boat is all crystallized.
How do you mean crystallized?
It looks like solid ice.
Does it look like it's normally like that, or
It
something's happened?
You've never seen this style of boat before, so it may be a feature or it may be something new.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's the sort of thing that, is it covered in ice or it's a block of ice type effect? Is that blocking access to part of the front of the ship?
It seems to be separating the front from the back.
Okay. Dimitri will basically having moved down, he's basically going to be ready to open the door to allow Trellin to get inside, and then he'll follow in after Trellin and close the door.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Because we don't know whether the ship is watertight inside or not, but hey, it might be, in which case, and it's not left the door open for too long.
well, it did have a protective bubble holding in its atmosphere.
Yeah, but that's going to surround the entire ship. Now, the bubble's gone, we don't know whether that's internal, whether it affects internals or not. We'll give it a try, allow the option.
Okay, as you reach the door, it's locked.
Well, I will then, instead of reading the action mode, I'll use an action to try and unlock it. Uh, 29.
Okay, on a 29 you manage to pop the lock, and you see as it pops open some runes appear on the outside of the door. Apparently someone prepared explosive runes this morning.
I'm sure they'll be fun underwater.
Reflex save
Okay.
for both you and Trellin.
Oh no.
Don't worry, the worst you can take is half damage.
Well, I've got a ring of evasion.
Well, if you critically fail, you take half damage.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. The worst you can take is half damage.
32 for Dimitri.
Dexterity,
Underwater explosions aren't fun.
11, 24.
24. Okay, so that will be one success and one failure. So Dimitri succeeds and will take no damage. Trellin will take a half damage from it because
Well, I'm using the ring of evasion then.
yes, but your
But it works if you actually pass.
When you fail a dexterity saving throw while wearing it,
okay.
you can use your reaction to expend one of its charges
In which
to
case,
succeed on that saving throw instead.
then you have succeeded
Cool.
and you take no damage. Okay.
So what was the actual effect? Was it actually explosive wounds of some sort?
It was an explosive runes that had a bit of concussive force, which was where
Yep.
you were going to take actual damage from underwater,
Right.
Yeah. All good.
because most of them go off with a boom.
Yeah.
But you are now covered in bubbles,
Cool.
hot bubbles.
Extra rare, you can take left.
As we now move on to Cetus. You see a flash of light above.
I do not know those men. I have nothing to do with them. Am I able to gauge what the lady below, thinks of what's going on currently?
Well, she's currently got a bunch of people killing her cultists. Either she's quite amused by it or might get hungry.
Well, they're out on the floating on the whatever. But
She might like her food live.
right.
Okay, so what would Cetus do? Well, disavowing all knowledge of what the others are doing.
WWCD. What would Cetus do?
Well, my thought
What
process
will
currently,
Cetus do?
I need to get Hildren somewhere safe. Except I don't know where that is currently. Because I don't think the island's safe. The sinking ship isn't safe, and the other ship just got hit by the sun. There's also about 15 minutes of swimming away.
Oh, and there's fog.
I think that's being dispersed by the giant
Ah,
sunbeam.
okay.
At least that's how I interpreted the description.
Because I've got instant step and I couldn't penetrate the fog because I had to see the location.
Yeah, I'll just hold my action to. I'm going to specify protect Hildren the best I can should something happen.
Okay, so Cetus is not Cetus. Merc comes back to his senses after being told to look after the boat that they've been floating in the air with, to having all this fog around you ignite and almost incinerate you.
Okay.
All your clothes are singed or burnt. Your hair's mostly missing.
I like my hair.
And you're sure that the bits that are left are smouldering. And you're hearing lots of strange chatter from everyone else via telepathic bond. You sort of feel as if you've entered a Three Stooges movie.
Alright. I can imagine it.
I almost went with Laurel and Hardy, but I thought Three Stooges worked better.
Mm-hmm. So what do I see? Because I'm unclear on what shot this big beam of light.
Well, now that the fog's mostly dispersed, you can see a dragon about
Massive dragon.
4 times as wide as Calcrix, with a wingspan much larger.
Okay.
Red in colour.
Red in colour. Alright, that sounds like that dragon. And do I know where the rest of the party is?
Well, you can see Calcrix out flying, talking to that dragon.
That dragon. Okay.
Before everything went fiery, you know, Cetus was talking to a kraken below, who was who had hold of the ship that the rest of your team broke onto.
Yep. Can I
Can I just check something? The dragon that's above is not the same, it's not the frost dragon that had the party dreaming for the night before, was it?
No. It is not.
No, that's what I thought, yeah.
Can I cast circular breathing on myself?
Mm-hmm.
And as I run towards the edge of the ship, patting back my smouldering hair, call for my mount, Pluto.
You could.
I'll do that, and I'll try to get away from the dragon and get down to the ship.
Looking down, you can sort of see a flash underwater where you believe the ship has gone down to. It's about 30 to 40 feet below the water now.
Was Merc technically left in control of the ship?
Yep.
That sounds
So if Merc leaves, there'll be no one controlling the ship? Do we know what happens to the ship when it's on autopilot? Or autopilot's not engaged?
Is there any possibility of switching out Rhiannon and Merc? Hildren and Merc?
Possibly.
That might be something Merc might consider before he dives off the ship.
okay. Can I see Hildren from where I am?
Hildren is probably a lot further down.
A lot further down than the ship.
Because they were talking to the Kraken below the ship.
Yep. Okay.
Well, you can just turn the ship around and...
How far am I from the island?
Looking, you're about half a K from the island, or half a mile from the island.
Okay.
Do we know if the ship has the capacity to effectively maintain position without any further, if there's no further controls?
You
Does it automatically?
You haven't experimented a lot with it, but when you had it overnight, it was hovering just above the ground. You're not sure what its status is when not under control.
Alright, so I'll take the ship lower to the water, if I can. Maybe hover it 40 or 50 feet from the water. Hopefully just out of the reach of any Kraken's tentacles. They decide to come up.
Well, you are about that height already.
Oh, okay. Alright. So,
Because they got close to the ship, so they could jump on it.
yep. I'm not sure what to do then. I don't know much about red dragons. Are they reasonable or unreasonable dragons?
Well, I have a silver dragon born in the Monday game, and they're not.
Colour of the dragons makes no difference to their reasonability. Every dragon's individual.
Calcrix is currently in conversation with this dragon. You can presume that for the moment it is reasonable.
Right. Did I take any damage from the sunblast?
I would say you'd probably be on about a third of your hit points.
Okay. Then I will have to cast Healing Word on myself, I would say. I'll just get that real quick. I'll cast it at 3rd level if I can, please.
Mm-hmm. You can.
Alright, I will go inside the ship, but I'll still call my mount.
Well, your ship doesn't have an inside. It has a deck. It also has a slightly raised section for the helm.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
It has bottom.
What a dud ship.
But it's fast.
Alright, I will move the ship away from the dragon then.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I will do. At pace.
You can actually go quite fast compared to most of the others.
Very good. Then I'll get distance between me and the dragon with the ship.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to be following.
Good. Good. So I would take it to a distance where I think if it started chasing me, I could get away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd have enough time to start the ship and fly away. And then I would... Through
So
the top,
as you're going, you can actually see one of the Kraken's tentacles underwater. Seems to be more than a mile in length.
okay, so if it's going to reach up, it's going to get us a mile. That's a long tentacle.
Yeah.
Through the telepathic bond...
Well, they realized it was a goddess.
And are you with the Kraken?
I'm probably the closest one to the Kraken right now, considering Hildren's on my back. And I'm probably below Hildren in the water.
Alright, I can't see anyone.
I'm sure they're all dead. You can go back and claim the kingdom.
Oh, I'm thinking about how I loot their bodies.
Have to find them first.
Oh, that's squid meat.
Alright, I'll just hold my turn there then.
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to gather information about what people are doing and where they are through the telepathic bond.
I'm sure there's lots of screaming and especially coming from Hildren, whose brain sort of broke a little bit.
Alright, I would say, who has Hildren? Something's happened with Hildren. Get her back to the ship if you can.
I do not know these people.
At this point, it would be a good chance for Galrix to pipe in if she would like to.
Sorry, just replying to Dad. Wait.
All good. We can come back to you.
So, how was Merc?
Singed. Singed. Clothing singed. Hair singed. Down to a third of his hit points. Not even sure why the dragon breathes fire. Just butthole dragon.
I don't think that came from the dragon's butthole.
Okay, as you are in the compartment that you've opened, the water starts rushing in, and you see the inhabitant of the room point something in your general direction. If I can actually find the correct thing. There we go. Yeah, that's an interesting one to cast there. Okay, so he casts a spell. Do you guys have any interrupts for a person casting?
The ring of evasion was that.
This ring?
That. Okay, so no, I don't.
The so this is like so Dimitri unlocked the door, the trap went off, and then Talon opened the door. Is that what happened? Or someone else opened the door?
The door itself splintered and disintegrated with the boom because that's the only way it could go.
Yep. Okay. And so then, yeah, looking through the door, we saw somebody on the other side. Inside the cabin area, it was dry until water started coming in. Is that correct?
It was, yes.
Okay. There had been evidence of water coming in from other parts of the, like, only coming through the doorway.
Hard to tell. As soon as you can see water rushing in.
Okay. And so what's this guy that's casting this on now?
You do, you can't tell
What's he
much.
look like? No, what's he look like?
You can't tell much out of your turn because this is basically, are you going to use a reaction or not?
Okay, I will go for the counter spell.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 13 plus 9, so effectively up to a level 12 spell.
Okay. So you fizzle his spell to try to get his ship back working again.
Yep.
Jeez.
He technically gets, I think, half the spell level, or up to half to, he can pass them on if he wants to. I'm just trying to pull up the wiki counter spell again, because it's been a while since I looked at it.
That might have been in our interests.
Do
Whatever.
I?
Do you?
No, I'm not sure about it. Sorry, you're in the middle of Jeremy.
Okay, so instead he throws a lightning bolt at you.
Yeah, so reaction to reset Friday Mystara to cast another spell with the same casting time. That's not equal to or less than half the original spell slot. Yeah.
Okay, so each of you gets to make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, 20.
Nice.
30.
30.
34.
Okay.
35.
What did you get? Because I've gotten quite a few numbers now.
Okay. So it's 35.
35 from you,
Off a nat 20.
And 30 for Dimitri.
and a natural 20.
Yep.
Okay, so there is a big boom when it hits the water where you are.
Yep.
And you take no damage and get out of the explosive area
Right. No worries.
as you watch the ship get further away from you. You evaded the explosion.
But are we inside the ship?
You're standing on something with air, space going directly up, nothing holding you in.
Oh, okay.
Well, we were standing on the deck but with water all around us, and then presumably tried to dodge away from the spell. So,
I can't see you dodging into the lightning bolt to get into the room.
Alright.
Because you're outside the doorway.
Or we did we could light on the fireball, you said, but the
It's a lightning bolt.
dodging to the side of the door, like the open doorway, would be presumably enough to dodge the effect of the spell.
Though when a lightning bolt hits water, it becomes a fire.
It becomes a light. Yeah, that's fine. So,
They've been ejected from the ship.
Technically, they should be ejected from the ship, as that part of the ship is now disintegrating. Because the ship has been torn in two.
Where does Calbrix that fall in the turns?
You are above the water.
And no, initiative.
You can fall in now if you wish to.
Calbrix has last session already telepathically sent the message that the ship and everything in the area at the moment are allies and not to attack them.
Mm-hmm.
She was asking at the end of last session the Titan Dragon, I wrote his name down but I've forgotten it, if there was anything that her companions were doing to disrupt things, and then the Titan Dragon said hold that thought, fireballed everything. Calbrix will go hold that thought, and if it's possible she will dimension door to the ship that has people on it, if it's the priests and things, and she is going to if there's room for it, use one of the spells I've got here to shield the ship from all further attacks, regardless of who is doing the attack.
The ship was sinking and was underwater,
Yes.
so very hard to dimension door to.
It says that I can state distance and direction.
Mm-hmm. An unoccupied square.
Yes.
Water is considered occupied.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's one of the unfortunate
in
things
that
with
case,
teleportation.
I can't do that.
You cannot teleport from water to water.
No, that's there. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I will need a different plan, I guess. We'll put it this
You
way.
can dimension door to the skiff.
Well, I was going to get Hildren and take her to safety, but I can't do that either. What is my next best option for getting to the broken ship, or within range of the broken ship? Because I do have fabricate and mending, which I can use to help put the ship back together. I wanted to talk to the priest first and see if I could help him do that.
You could dive into the water.
Calbrix is taking a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
She would like to get to the ship as fast as possible, and then her next goal is to try to repair the ship and hope that Hildren can hold her breath for a long time.
Okay, so as you dive into water and see the ship, you can see the front half of the ship going in one direction and the rear half of the ship going in another.
Can I get one half of the ship to start moving it towards the other half of the ship?
Not easily.
actually, can she see the Storm King between the two halves?
No.
What about, I have spells that allow me to manipulate elements. Would I be able to manipulate, say, a water element to help push the ship bits together?
You could, but if you were to bring a water element, you'd have to bring a fairly large one.
I don't know what my limitations are. I'll quickly read that up while other people do their thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Trellin, do you want to stay with the part of the ship that has cabins, or the part of the ship that does not? You ejected from the other one.
So, for the Storm King,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the most suitable location?
All depends on how they store him. If he's shrunken, he could fit anywhere on the ship.
But assuming he's full size,
So, then
he,
Then he'd be in the half that doesn't have any place to breathe.
Okay,
like the front half,
Mm-hmm.
let's go with that.
If I've read this right, if I cast Awaken Element at 6th level, I can make it huge, which is one size larger than large.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that is a sufficient size to get it to assist me to help repair the ship. It gets 3d6 intelligence.
And it will take you 10 minutes to cast.
Yes, unfortunately, and by that time it might be too late for the ship, but
That is 100 actions.
that's, so not worth doing that.
It will take you a long time to cast.
Scratch that option then.
Okay, so Frelin, you are hanging on to a bit of ice as the front of the ship seems to be heading down into the depths.
if the ship's covered in ice, or if it's actually ice, wouldn't it be floating?
It's not floating.
Presumably crystal rather than ice.
All the parts of the ship that aren't ice are weighing it down.
Or someone pulling it down still.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just use walk on water,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes me rise 60
Okay.
feet. However many rounds I
Take you about 2 rounds to get to the surface.
Cool.
And what did you want to use?
Little arcane hand.
It may be a bit too heavy to manipulate with arcane hand.
Yes, I thought that might be the case. Fair enough.
Because if it does have a full-size storm giant in it, it will weigh a couple of ton.
So, Cavrix is not having trouble thinking of stuff. The last option I think I've got is... Oh, I don't think that's going to work. Enrage architecture, but I think that's the wrong thing. It'll crush things rather than...
It will make the ship angry.
Yes, unfortunately, rather than help me get the ship to do it. Cavrix is feeling fairly despairing at the moment, so she's going to contact her deity and say, I don't know which of my powers or abilities can help me rectify this ship. I would like your guidance. And I believe at the moment it would be Nyx. I'm just trying to look for the exact, whether it's commune or contact, because I always get them confused.
contact out of plane would work, and so would commune.
Is contact? Oh, they're both level 5, so.
Normally commune with nature, or straight commune.
Yep. Well, that's questions. Yes, no.
The commune's also a 10-minute one.
Yes. Whereas contact is 1 minute. That's still quite some time. Whew.
Yeah, some of these spells do take a while to get off.
They do.
Yeah, well, they're not designed to be cast in combat.
Okay, so while you're still thinking of ideas, Dimitri, are you staying with one half of the ship or going to the surface like Trellin?
He's going to basically, having ducked aside to avoid the lightning bolt firewall, he'll return and have a quick look in the doorway to see if the other opponents are still in there, and otherwise headed into the door.
He is still in there, and he seems to be struggling with the fact that he doesn't have any air.
Dimitri will grab him and try and steer him to the surface.
Okay.
Like catch up with Trellin and
So you've got a, you'd probably be at about 130 feet down below at this stage. For each character's turn, it drops a little bit.
yep. I said, like, and I mean, I don't know how much he's going to struggle with him, but as I say, Dimitri's apparently trying to rescue him.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
as I say, he's got a swim speed, so he can be moving back up again at a faster than normal pace, or faster than normal swim speed.
That brings us to Cetus. Apparently, with your holding, a lot of interesting things have happened. Someone broke the ship.
Yep. Still don't know what I should be doing yet.
You can get Hildren to the surface.
I could. I'll start swimming towards the sinking ship.
Which half? It broke around the middle.
The half that looks like it has more space on it.
Well, the front half looks like it has most of where the people were, whereas the rear half is mostly looks mostly decorative.
Go to the front half.
Mm-hmm. You can see it spiraling down towards you.
Yep. Go there.
You have no trouble reaching it.
I'm not gonna force Hildren to stay with me, but it's not my character, so she can stay or leave, whichever one's easier to keep track of her.
At the moment, she's following with you.
Yeah, that's good. Neither of
Try
us
not
have
to
to
leave
really
your
breathe.
space.
Just start searching the ship for anybody that's intact.
Okay, so looking at it, you can see some sort of bubble over the front half of the front forecastle, and 4 people in there looking terrified.
No. Yeah, I'll try to see if I can get them out of there. Preferably to the surface of the water.
Okay, so you can figure out how to do that now that you figured out there are some people alive still on the ship.
Yeah. Assuming that this is technically the same initiative from last session, Cetus would still be in his enlarged form.
Mm-hmm. You haven't technically left it, we just re-rolled.
Just for when, so when Dimitri went to grab his type stuff, he also sent a message to the Atruaghin Clan to mainly for Trellin, to anyone as well, saying, yep, he's taking a prisoner to be questioned later.
So I've got a broom of flying, and that can handle a passenger.
Trellin, you don't have to stay at the surface of the water for the time being.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is Merc wanting to do? You can see people are starting to surface.
Who can I see surface?
You can see, well, they haven't surfaced yet, but you can see Trellin coming up.
Okay, so through the telepathic bond, I'm going to ask everyone what's happening, what's going on, what are you doing?
We've just sunk the ship.
Dumb and Dumber just sunk the
gathering
ship.
prisoners for questioning, and then I'm going to duck down again to see if the king, the Storm King, is actually on the ship or not.
They're not prisoners, they're allies.
Well, I don't know if they're allies after we've killed their families or whoever's on the ship. Okay, so then I would say, do you have a way to get them up? I could come down, cast Water Walk on them, which will float them to the surface. To 10 willing people.
They won't actually be willing at the moment.
Well, it's their choice, that or drowning, I suppose.
Yeah. It might be hard to let them know, make them understand that choice.
Yes.
So you go to land to where they are?
Yeah, I go down to land in the water if I can, or if it damages a ship, just above the water, so people can get onto the boat.
It doesn't seem to have any problem landing on the water.
Very good. Very good.
While you're doing that, what is Carcass going to do?
Might be the issue.
One last one to try that I can think of. I have 180 foot range on fabricate.
Mm-hmm.
I can convert raw materials into items of the same material. I don't know if it's possible if I can take one half of the ship and fabricate it onto the other half of the ship. I don't know if there's people in both halves and if they will die as a result of that. So there's a lot of question marks over this one. But it is the only instantaneous one that might be within range, that might be able to do a repair out.
But fabricate has an instantaneous effect, but it still takes 10 minutes to cast.
In which case, my other option was to ask the Titan Dragon to help me put the ship back together so I can repair it.
Okay, I will make it a persuasion roll.
Natural 20 plus 20 and 1, so 41.
41. So yes, you are extremely persuasive.
I will try to work with the dragon.
And I will remind you his name is Ragnak.
That's right, Atruaghin. Thank you.
Okay, so he says he will get the lady below to assist.
If there's room, I will also reply to Merck's. What are we doing? We are trying to save these people. They are our allies, regardless of any questions other party members might have.
Okay.
Please
But presumably they're the ones that have been keeping the Storm King hostage all these years, that we've been specifically promised the Storm Giant Princess that we would recover her father.
It's always great to work for terrorists like the Storm King and his family.
But they said, still promise and promise.
We established last session that the Lady of the Deep and the Titan Dragon Atruaghin are working towards the same goal we are, which is trying to figure out how to fulfill our promise to the daughter of the Storm King without re-enslaving the matriarch giants that are currently in control.
Yeah, which can be done by saving the Storm Giant King without giving him back the crown.
That
Because the promise
does,
to the daughter was just that we will try and recover her father.
that does not preclude treating these people like enemies and slaughtering them.
No, that's why Dimitri's aiming to save the one that he found,
Work.
but keep him
Jeremy?
guard.
Jeremy, can you let Ariadne finish, please?
Sorry.
No, I need time out. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I need time out. I need time out. I'm sorry. It's too early. I need time. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, she has not been doing well. And one of the big problems is, in her whole thing, is people don't listen to her in the NDIS space. So her biggest thing is not being listened to. Or talked over to be treated like she's not talking.
That's certainly not my intent, but I do apologise. And if I get the opportunity to apologise to her, I'll just,
Yeah. Okay, so you managed to get to the surface.
Woohoo! Good job.
You see that Dimitri has one of the cultists on the surface as well.
Okay, if Dimitri plans to hand the cultist over to Krellin, tell him to keep him subdued, but keep him above water so they down, and then Dimitri's aiming to swim back down again to try and find all of the ship.
So the broom is hovering, and then I'll just caress tightly the cultist, and we'll fly back to the airship.
Noting that the cultist is a powerful mage.
That's all right.
Just like I said, let's just remind you.
I'm a walking rock, and I think I'm hard as stone, and so yeah, and I can deflect missiles, and spells.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you go to fly to Merc and realise he's right beside you.
Okay.
You don't have to be tired by flying very far.
No worries.
Yeah.
And we'll bind up so he doesn't manage to do verbal, somatic, or material items. So yeah, so verbal, somatic. So tie his hands behind his back and
Gagging?
gag him
Okay.
and just sit on him.
So he's your prisoner.
Yep.
Not your ally.
Well, we'll get to that.
So are you you're on the ship now?
Yeah.
So Merc would just say to him, hey, we don't know you. We don't know if you're going to attack us. So that's why we're taking these precautions.
And he did fire a spell.
Only after you counterspelled him.
So when
Well,
that goes.
His previous intention was to save the ship.
Maybe.
I'll say to him, are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
He doesn't look very responsive at the moment, considering he's been underwater and not breathing for a few rounds.
Okay. So I'll check his vitals just to see if he is breathing now. If I can. What sort of animal are you? What sort of beast or...
What was that?
What sort of creature is he?
He's human.
He's human. Alright, so I would check his vitals. Being another human, I would assume I would know how to do that.
Do you also loot him?
Do I or did I?
Do you?
Oh, you know where I was thinking. I was going there. I don't know if I would use the word loot, but perhaps I would just check him for objects that may injure himself if he rolled the wrong way or something. And I wouldn't
Divest him of any inappropriate items.
That's right. And I wouldn't necessarily put them in my pocket. Perhaps I would just put them to the side of the ship where he can see them, and so can everyone else on the ship.
Perception roll.
I'll look at that. Oh, nat 20. It's a good start.
Where do I have the night? Sorry for.
28.
Suspicious.
31. Oh, that's... No, sorry. I have to add my ability score. Wisdom?
Yes.
Yeah, 36.
That's awesome.
That's a very good roll for me.
It is. Okay, so you find 2 concealed daggers on his forearms.
Doesn't sound like a nice guy.
That's right.
But he is very good at cutting ropes when you're being bound.
Nice.
Yeah, very good. Alright, so I take the daggers and I've got detect magic on all the time. I don't get anything from that, from the daggers.
He is completely covered in spells.
Yeah, okay, alright. So it's just all haywire. I take the daggers and I put them well and truly in a safe place away from him.
And were they magic?
I don't know because there's so much magic radiating off
Right.
him. It's just sends haywire. Alright, cool. That's it for me. Good
Plus,
job.
the ship you're on is also magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, so you can see a lot of bubbles around you.
Could I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Can hippogriffs go underwater?
Well, technically anything can go underwater, whether they can go underwater is another answer.
Yeah, it just can't fly. It just can't swim, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, so I would say to Trellin,
Yep.
do you want to stay here with this one, or do you want to go back in? I'll have Pluto sit with this person who seems like they're a bit knocked out to make sure he can't do
Well,
anything.
so I don't have a swim speed, but I can walk on water. But it's only for an hour, so
Oh, so because you got walk on water, you can't go back underwater? Is that
no.
right?
You can't go underwater easily at all.
That's
Oh,
right.
Gotcha. All right. Can I see where the bubbles are coming? What's making the bubbles?
No, but the bubbles are probably about 30 to 40 feet in diameter.
Oh, they're massive.
So we can rise up to a mile or whatever.
Yeah. Do you want to rise a little bit? Go down
Yeah.
where these bubbles are. Let's just rise the boat a little bit. And I would say to Pluto, every now and then when I tell you, just do a sweep of the water to see if you can see anyone.
Okay, so Trellin, did you get on the skiff before it took off?
Yes. Because I had to deliver the cultist.
So you seem to have the high ground now, as it's going up.
Yes.
Which is great for Jedi's.
Always good to be the on the high side,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're talking absolutes. And while you're doing that, Dimitri, you sort of see the others take off while you duck down below,
Yep.
and you see these massive bubbles coming towards you.
Mm.
And I'm thinking that the evidence of effectively the atmosphere of the ship escaping in like when the ship chopped in half, not surprisingly there'd be a large bubbles of stuff coming up. And I think that's what it is, or is it something else?
Well, the bubbles are looking bigger than the ship parts. You doubt the ships could produce that much air.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dimitri will aim to be effectively swimming down stealth using stealth, because you can stealth at full speed with his swim speed, and will be continuing to try and go down towards. He's heading for the back half of the ship because he knows it's easier to get to the front half of the ship to go there. So. And he can use a bonus action dash to effectively move a little over 100 feet per turn, per round.
So you beat the bubble to the back half of the ship.
Okay. And then, yeah. So when he gets to the ship, he basically then come back in and try and search the ship. So,
Okay, Cetus. As you finally get to the surface, you see the skiff take off and just keep going up.
Was I going to the surface? I thought I was just staying at the front half of the ship.
They decided to. They said they were going to raise their part. Were you staying at the front half of the ship?
Yeah, I was going.
That's right. You were there. Sorry, I remember you saying you were going up at one stage.
Yeah,
So yes, you're at the front half of the ship, and you see this big bubble coming your way from below.
Assuming I probably still have the connection to the lady of dude, lady or names, the mum. Am I? I'll ask her if she's able to. She's got enough tentacles. Can she push the two halves of the ships back up to the surface? Assuming that's not what the bubbles are for.
She says she'll think about it. What are you offering?
What do you want?
Well, it all depends on what you're offering.
I don't know how to word this. offer to return your child to you? Or the part of me that is your child?
You could. But then you'd no longer be you.
I haven't been myself in a while. Yeah, I'll return the... I'll do that.
Okay. You find that your limbs seem to split into multiple pieces. As you turn yourself into a kraken of your actual size.
Yay.
You're now a baby kraken.
Little kraken.
Yep.
Little kraken.
Yeah, that was always that.
Mini lady of the Mini.
Laddie of the shadows. The shallows.
Yeah, laddie of the pond.
Yeah.
A girl of the pond.
And then you see the big bubble envelop the front of the ship and it starts to lift.
She was already doing it. Dang it.
But hey, people giving stuff away freely, she's all for.
That's just a good deal.
Yeah.
And as Dimitri is on the ship starting to look for survivors, a big bubble envelops you as well.
Okay.
And you realise you're in very stagnant, smelly air.
Oh, kraken fart.
That's right.
I farted in that
You
one.
still use your device reaction, so you can still be effectively breathing.
Oh, you can breathe it perfectly, doesn't get rid
That's
of the
right.
stench.
It just makes the skull so nice.
Much like when Hildren rolled a natural 20 on her perception check to imbue the taste of goblin forever. So, but I got a natural 20. Yes, you can now remember that no matter what happens. You'll probably sleep on it and think about it on a daily basis. And Merc, you seem to see two different halves of the ship pop up out of the water.
Alright. How strong is our webs, like from the web spell?
Fairly strong.
So is it something where I could go down with this ship, web the two parts of the ship to the back of this ship and drag it to the island? Or
As long as no one sets it alight
okay.
with a flaming sword.
I
I'm
wouldn't
in
think
my
they'd be
luck.
strong enough for that, because generally people who are even moderately strong can break out of the web. Like, it doesn't take that much strength to be able to escape from the web, so...
Alright. Could it do one of the halves then, I suppose? Do you think?
I mean, can't have to try.
Oh,
But
let's
it might also be an issue at the moment if they're still enveloped in effectively an air bubble of some sort, but the web can actually
penetrate the
Yes.
bubble.
either around the bubble or hold the bubble or actually reach the ship. So, but
Alright.
hey,
Well, let's give it a red hot crack, I suppose. The worst that could happen is the web breaks.
Yeah.
it's right.
Can I see which half of the ship is more likely to have people in it? Like, can I see those 4 people in the bubble that were on the bow of the ship before?
Well, you can see 6 people there now.
6 people. Okay.
Well, you do see a Hildren and a Cetus there too.
Okay. I would assume that if there are 6 people on that half, that is most likely the half of the ship where people were working.
And then on the other half, you see a Dimitri.
Okay.
Yes, lying inside it.
Well, it sort of
Get
popped
inside.
up. Basically, it's fairly easy to look around that one because the cabins were wrecked.
Okay.
So, through telepathic bond, I would say to Dimitri, is there anyone on your half of the cabin?
Not found yet.
Not found.
Still looking, but not found yet.
All right. So I would back the ship up to the first half, and I would try to cast web between the half and the ship. I would tell Pluto, circle around the two halves, look for anyone coming up to the water. If you do, pick them up, bring them back to this ship.
Okay, Pluto starts delivering limbs and half torsos and...
Good. As he's doing that, I'm looting them.
Well, at least they were cauterized.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't know how these people got in this sort of predicament, but c'est la vie. Alright, can I cast web, please?
You can.
And can I gently, but with a bit of haste, steer the ship and the half, if it comes, to the shore?
Well, you know how in the Spider-Man movie where Peter Parker tries to stick back the two halves of the ferry,
Yes.
and how successful that was?
Very, by memory. He did it, 100%.
Yeah, succeeded for about 5 seconds.
Alright, is there any rope or anything on the skiff?
There is not.
There is not.
They don't need it.
No, because they're magical, they can fly. Okay, then I would lower, it seems that the web broke. I would go down to a point where we could start getting survivors safely on the skiff, but also under security. And I would not let them near their super powerful mage, who we've got tied up.
That's right.
They are in a separate area. And I've got Pluto back.
What, so you put the captain in the helm seat?
No, he's just on the back of the boat where he was left.
Yes.
But I'm just not putting these people who are untied near the dangerous person who is tied.
You have room for about, I think it's about 12 people on your skiff.
Mm-hmm. How many survivors are there?
So far you've counted 5.
5. Is that plus or without the mage?
That's
Including
including the
the
mage.
Including the mage. Okay. That's pretty okay.
Yeah.
And then Cetus is able to say he's found another 10.
Okay. So some people are going to have to tread water or die.
I guess I found some tentacles.
10 tickles. I like it. Did anyone find a giant at all?
Maybe he's like in a little dehydrated ball somewhere.
Just need to add water.
Got plenty of it.
I'm happy where I am.
Alright.
Don't stab any of them.
Unless they look at you wrong.
Yeah.
Web. So if worst comes to worst and we can't get all these people on the boat, I can cast Water Walk on 10 willing participants and they can just stand here until we come back for them.
That's right.
And if they run off,
What's
they're
the
not gonna go
range
far.
of water walk?
I think it's... Let's just have a quick look. It's all within, I think, 30 feet by memory. Wind walk, pass wall. 30 feet.
Well, you can fit a lot of people in 30 feet.
You can.
Yeah. But it's limit to 10. Is that right?
Well, I believe so.
Yeah, I think I can up to 10 willing participants. It lasts for an hour. Yeah, 10 willing participants. But it does take a while to cast, so it's a ritual.
Well, you
Yeah.
can do it in one round if you prepared it, or take 10 minutes if you haven't.
Mm.
Will they drown?
I just stand on top of the water.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, and if they're all human, they're not going to get very far.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see them
That's right.
running on top of the water. Go pick them up. Do we want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Are we happy we've found everyone?
When Dimitri's still searching his end of the boat, like because presumably it was the looked like it was the main cabin again.
And you seem to find their burnt food store.
Burnt.
Well, when the two explosions went off in the ship, it did sort of damage the ship. Explosive rooms
Just
underwater caused a
concussive.
bit of damage.
Yeah.
You know, concussive can cut through a lot of stuff,
Right.
especially made out of wood.
I don't feel sorry for them.
I need to search the rooms as well.
I think I killed 5 of them.
You did. Okay, so you find a locked drawer in the room of the guy you captured.
Yeah, we'll check the traps and try and unlock it.
Okay, so give me a perception roll.
Low perception, total 10 plus 25 perception.
Okay, so you do not pick up any traps on it.
Okay, I will attempt to unlock the drawer. Oh. Natural 20, which makes it a total of 37 upgraded.
Okay, so the drawer opens and you see a book inside.
And we're no longer submerged at the moment, are we?
We're no longer submerged at the moment.
Yep, okay. In which case then, we'll take a look at the book, see what it is.
Okay, it does seem to be locked with some sort of magic.
Dimitri will basically that's magic. It's a magic item, obviously spells upon it. Yeah. So Dimitri will basically do a bit of arcane investigation of the spells upon the book to work out if it's just something that dispels like to work, or even whether or not he thinks that he can bypass it with his natural thieving ability skills. So.
Okay, it does seem to be some sort of abjuration with a with a contingency on it.
Yeah. Can you tell what the book actually is? Like, does it have a title on the cover or anything like that kind of stuff?
It does not, but it does have a symbol of a kraken on it.
For the time being, you'll just pocket it and deal with it later. And then keep looking through this half of the ship to see if there's anything else to be found.
Okay. Besides the level below having what was left of their stores, that's all that seems to be at the rear end of the ship.
Okay. Now, the two halves are bobbing up on the water. They're not being moved anywhere at this stage. They're apparently just bobbing on the water like that.
They are currently bobbing on the water, yes.
Okay. Dimitri will then go and to swim across to the other half and search it. So.
I believe Merc was in the middle of searching it.
I was sculpting
Okay.
it.
Okay. Dimitri's happy to catch up to him and find if there's anything to go through. But, yeah. So,
Okay, so the two rooms you find there appears to be the first mate's cabin and the crew cabin.
Alright, so I'd go for the first mate's cabin first.
There is a sea chest in there.
Suspicious. Well, not suspicious that there's a cabin, but I find every chest suspicious. Check it for traps and open it, please, if there are no traps.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that one.
Okay, of course it's definitely not trapped.
Well, then with that sort of confidence, I would open it.
And as it does, you get a spray of some sort of gas in your face, giving you a wisdom saving throw.
Did I still have circular breathing on from the start? Has it been an hour?
Possibly.
So if it hasn't been an hour from when we started tonight in the game, then I still have circular breathing on. Would that help?
That would help.
I think it's been maybe like 30 seconds. We've had about 5 turns each.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose we're probably out of combat effectively, because people have just been doing a bit of search of the bits. But yes, it certainly hasn't been an hour.
Yeah.
So 13 is what I ended up with.
Okay, so
Do you want to check what the circular breathing is?
I can.
There's a-
It makes me hold my breath for an hour.
That's fine. That's because that's perfect.
Unless, of course, it was like an acidic spray or something like that. But
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be airborne contact poison or just poisonous gas that you don't need to breathe in.
So,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
so it says I have saving throws against gases and environments with adverse breathing conditions.
Right.
So-
Advantage.
Advantage, so let me roll again because I got
well, this one actually doesn't require you to breathe it in.
okay. Well,
Yay!
13
It's
is
in
what
your
it is.
eyeballs.
It's just contact.
And as you're doing so, you feel your face, lock into place.
Hopefully I had a good expression on my face.
I'm sure whatever expression it is, everyone will remember it because it'll be there for quite some time.
Okay. it is
Luckily,
what
you
it
can
is.
hold your breath because you can't move your mouth or any of your facial structure.
Was there anything good in the chest?
I'm glad to see you get your eyes on prize. Literally, because you can't turn away.
I would probably say yes, except your eyes are a little stoned right now.
Okay.
Oh
Literally.
no!
Like a Medusa effect.
Your face got petrified.
Okay. So can I see?
No.
I'm like, alright, well, telepathic bond, I would say to the rest of the team, I've just fallen into a trap, I cannot see anything, I don't know what's going on.
I've fallen and can't get up.
I have fallen and
Fallen.
can't get up.
Why do you sound stoned?
Don't use anyway. You'll be fine.
So what have you got as solutions? Or
I was going to get there first.
sort of stone to flesh or something?
Excellence.
Okay, so you rock up and see Merc with that oh my look on his face.
Damn it.
Just doing the Han Solo pose.
So, is he fully petrified or just his head?
By the time you arrive, the entirety of him is petrified. You can still hear him. Apparently, it doesn't end that part because of the telepathic bond.
That's
Okay.
right. So Merc would say this is not the first time I've been rock hard. Classic.
So you do think he's got one more round before that stops?
You mean before he's thinking stops?
Yes.
Oh no, we didn't make it in time.
I heard that.
Well, it could be Martin mentioned it because Dimitri was tempted to, okay, I'm not going to do it now, we'll get you back later, we'll have a look around in the meantime. But if he does think that, okay, it's getting worse and progressing,
On the bright side, petrification isn't death.
Is that a bright side? I suppose it depends where your rock body ends up.
So
As a walking
technically,
rock, I can it doesn't petrify me at 7 level.
And
so from Dimitri's knowledge of petrification magic spells, yes, he will be turned to stone and become completely an inanimate and unthinking object very soon, but then a subsequent stone to flesh spell will counter the effect and bring you back to life and health, won't it?
it will, and he won't have aged for the entire time he's been stoned.
Yep, exactly. Dimitri well aware of having dealt the same thing with Gallagher some years ago, and hey, Gallagher fine, he's finished all of his Chris Peter.
Though you do know that some of these ones only do it for a short time.
Yeah. So Dimitri did not have stone to flesh readily available, and so he'll send potentially a last thought to Merc to say, yep, you'll be fine, give me a moment. And by the time he wakes up, it'll be a moment.
And by the way, the chest was empty.
Well, that's the ironic expression on Merc's face. You need to see that before you.
Well, you do see the chest does have things in it.
Dimitri will confidently be telling Merc to not worry, we'll have him back in a moment, because, as I said, by the time we get stone to flesh on him, it will have only been a moment, even if it's been centuries.
We'll put your body in a nice spot in the courtyard. It'll be a very nice statue.
And if we take that, Dimitri will continue investigating the room and technically see if there's any other evidence or books or things like around of exactly what we're doing, and if the storm Night Kings is ever here, what we're looking for.
Okay, so the chest in front of you has 3 compartments. The first has a bag of coins that jingle nicely, with that sound of gold tinkering on gold.
Can Merc hear at the moment?
No.
Good.
He can't hear, but he still knows it's there.
The next section holds 12 daggers of different make.
Nice collection.
The third has a set of cards, a spyglass, a quill of red ink, and a diary with a black leather cover.
That's what we need.
I was thinking spyglass.
Dimitri will pocket the items and have a quick look in the diary.
Quick look in the diary, it does talk about how the captain keeps his spellbook in the top drawer and he finds it easy to open. It just takes a drop of blood.
Okay. And based on the layout of the ship and where we've been, it's likely that the mage who we found in the back half of the ship was in his cabin as the captain.
You believe so?
And therefore the drawer that described would be the one that Dimitri managed to open really easily without difficulty. Had nothing to do with the lock being really easy, probably. And so therefore, hey, spellbook of a guy that can cast 6 level spells model it easily, that could be worth looking at. So we'll definitely be curious to look at that book more carefully later on. But then he will basically continue searching this room and then check the other one. I think he's going to do another room.
Yes, there is the crew cabin below.
Okay. We'll go and check out the crew cabin.
Okay, so down below you can find it seems to be about 10 scimitars and armor. They didn't bring that when they were escaping.
Hard to swim in armor, I suppose.
Yeah. Or carrying weapons.
Maybe if they had a few extra arms.
Unless they're particularly good scimitars and scabbarded, Dimitri's not way concerned about scimitars.
They don't appear to be anything particularly good, but they do all bear the symbol of the Kraken.
Okay. He'll leave them where they are for the time being. And are there any other areas of the ship that can be explored?
Okay, so you are probably able to get a decent look at this section in between that seems to be made out of ice.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a cold sort of feel to it, but it doesn't chip like ice.
Okay.
It seems to be a magical zone of some sort.
Okay. Can we see it into it?
It is frosted over.
Well, Dimitri will try and initially just try and see if the frost is on the outside and wipe it away, either with a dagger or something like that, or cloth or whatever. We'll see if it's actually frost all the way through.
Okay. Hitting it, the dagger doesn't seem to go into it. Seems to be something. What was that?
I'm not trying to scrape it type stuff, just thinking, okay, if it was like a cold crystal or something, and therefore yes, it's frost because it's had water on the outside that's immediately frozen, like windscreen with car type stuff.
Okay, as you scrape the blade along it, you find that there is a solid shape that the water's just been freezing on.
Right.
And it seems to be a flat surface that's just had build up over the years.
Right. Yeah, but the flat surface is not translucent. You can't see into it from the frost.
It is not translucent. It is basically some sort of spell that includes obscuring what's inside.
Yep. Well, Dimitri's happy to, he'll send a message back to the others to say what's really up at the moment, but he's happy to try and spend a bit of time examining his block and working out the magic. Sorry?
What about the spyglass?
It went in the pocket.
Could be a magic spyglass. Who knows?
Well, if it was like the spyglass, then Dimitri would have recognised that when he picked it up. So, but yeah, so he's going to spend a bit of time trying to examine this block and the magic upon it. So I'll go back to the others to deal with the on the boat with the prisoners or allies, depending on how you want them. And all the dragon and the lady Death.
I'm going to give you a Arcana check.
Okay.
Because you're actually interacting with the magical effect.
Yep. Would this count as a ID and a magical item throughout your spell type effect?
Potentially a rare spell.
anyway, because I can't really keep it to date anyway, so. Adding an extra expertise die would make a difference.
Was it that good or that bad?
No, it's just like, on Arcana check he only has a D8 for his expertise die, but it's the fact he's got the antiquarian archetype that allows him to add an expertise die, but it would make a difference because he can't go to D10. 17, 22, 30, 40 for Arcana.
Okay, you do identify it as a sequester spell, which is a 7th level spell.
Yep.
That lasts until the spell. It magically hides away normally a willing creature or object. They become invisible, cannot be traced or detected by divination or scrying senses, and if they're living, it falls into a state of suspended animation and stops aging. So it's pretty much the Sleeping Beauty spell.
Yeah, perfect to take a prisoner if you can convince them to accept it. So.
Well, if you say you can accept this or die, you choose.
That's right. Noting that Dimitri can see invisible with his robe, he's still not actually, he can't see through the effect of the crystal that's formed around it, can he?
You believe that part of the uniqueness of this spell is it's created a barrier that seems to be around it as well.
Okay.
And you believe the barrier would protect the occupants from the crushing depths. So worst case, they could just sink the boat and drop it on the bottom.
Before Dimitri tries to dispel the whole thing, he will actually try and investigate exactly how big this object is, whether it's big enough to hold a storm giant to the first step.
Okay, you measure it to be about 40 feet in length by about 15 feet in width by about 10 feet in height. Well, probably goes to about 15 feet in feet in height easily.
But anyway, it's certainly big enough to hold a giant. Or something, or a lot of other treasure.
Who knows, they could have multiples of these ships, and they each have these sequesters in them. Because literally they could set one up and it's permanently running.
Good prison ship.
There's no evidence or indication that the spell requires any magical power conduit or anything like that, is there? It's just like a bit of speculation thinking, oh, hang on, I wonder if that relates to why it stayed near the island, but the island is somehow powering the spell, if the spell needed power.
The spell doesn't normally need power, but it may also be part of its condition.
Yeah. Because obviously it's a slightly different sequester. So.
Well, each sequester can have a condition telling you when the spell ends. And if you give it a useful condition, that it may be when someone taps on it 3 times, or someone says your name backwards.
Or potentially, if taken more than 30 miles away from this island. Okay. I haven't been forced to whether or not Dimitri's got any way of transporting a sequester giant and a stone merc. If the others want to deal with the prisoners coming, or to talk to them, I'll get back to you on what Dimitri's next steps are.
Well,
Just where Trellin goes, what prisoners, while he's waving down his sword.
No.
There's only victims.
They were threatening me, but whatever. So, the Grandmaster Wizard is more than likely the one who can, with a drop of his blood, open the spellbook case.
No, that's not opening the drawer on the. That's right.
So,
But it also says that Dimitri didn't bother reading out loud or reading it through some of that form when reading in the diary. So,
okay, all right.
or we thought process on how to get past it. So I don't think that Trellin would have any indication about the Goblin Blood business.
Okay, cool.
And he's going to have a good moment anyway. So.
Well, while you figure out what you're going to do next, I'll take Ariadne's phone into her, so if she needs me, she can actually send me a message.
Do you pass on my apologies for the So Dimitri's just trying to work out whether or not we can take the giant away while he's still sequestered. And do we know what's happened with the lady below and or the Titan dragon?
No, we haven't had any update on them. I was thinking the same thing. What's that dragon up to?
Well, the lady below did
Raise the
raise,
parts?
so merge the parts. So that was nice.
But it's also a question then of whether or not the lady below is going to be keen on us
Invading it.
recovering the giant king.
Yeah.
Because presumably she's been part of the holding of the giant king.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Because we certainly prefer to, if we can, take the giant king in stasis, and be transporting him, take him back to the daughter. If he has no way of transporting him, we haven't got any way of getting him there, then potentially trying to release him, and then, hey, we did everything we could to get him back. The fact that someone else then killed him or trapped him again.
What?
Well, our responsibility was getting him back, wasn't it? Like if he
Effectively, do everything we can to recover him and return him.
yeah. So if he comes back dead, that's not on us. Like we were just getting him back to you. There you go.
Yeah.
Or if he's in stasis or something.
And that's right. So stasis would be ideal because that way he's not going to get woken up and think, oh, hang on, let's kill everyone around me first and then think about what's happened. As opposed to, if we have to wake him up, then we can try and point him towards the lady below or the dragon, the one who captured him.
And I've got 5 people that are not willing to vouch for me because they're killed.
Well, and that might be the other one, actually, just if you guys talk to the prisoners / allies and find out, hey, what's the situation from their perspective?
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
They very well may know who's in that stasis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you want to threaten them
No.
with drowning.
No.
Go tie a cinder block to their leg.
Wait,
Take
no,
them to the edge.
no. So it's 10 people that you can allow to walk on water.
I dare say, though, if you ask any of them questions, after they've just watched you slaughter their friends, they're going to give you whatever information they have.
On the bright
Well-
side, none of them have seen him slaughter their friends
That's
because
right.
he did so out of everyone's sight.
Okay.
As far as they're concerned, the only thing that people have done is rescue them.
And I've cleaned the blade, so
Perfect.
Well, he got washed away in the water.
that's right.
Like all the sin. Washed away.
So again, we have said multiple times, these guys are our friends. At least they can be. Stop stabbing them.
So it looks like Cetus has now gained a new form he can turn into.
More squid boy.
Yay.
Not only can you look like you're a squidly, you can actually be a squid.
You can be the girlie of the pond.
Stay away from 10 knives. You'll end up on the dinner menu.
You've already eaten Cetus.
Don't you know it?
And it looks like Arietta might join us again. She just doesn't want a fuss.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, so you do see that the boats are slow. Both halves of the boats are slowly moving towards the island, except for Merc, who's just not seeing much right now.
I can't see anything. Hear anything.
Taste anything?
Well,
Taste anything.
can you put a rush on the Dimitri? Put a rush on Stone to Flesh. It's 10 minutes, but because well, because they've only got an hour walking on water.
Well, they could technically stay on the ship.
Because on the
Or you can go and collect them and get them off on the beach or whatever. I'm sure you guys are. The idea of going and collect them.
Okay,
Right.
so if we progressively, yeah, okay, and we drive the airship onto the island, and then they can all climb down.
And you got enough parts to make about 4 people.
What?
Well, someone's mount has been
I'm collecting all
collecting
the body parts as well as the total of 9 survivors.
I think there was 5 on the boat and 10 in the water, wasn't there?
Well, there was 10 that were in the cabin that they were coming out of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean 9 survivors plus the captain archmage or mage. But yeah, so the other thing Martin was as a player started out, well, Dimitri quite happily told Merc that, we'll have you back in a moment. Dimitri can't actually cast Stone to Flesh yet.
Oh, what?
He's not that powerful, a wizard. Is that correct, Jeremy?
That's right, yes, he can't cast them for the spells.
So what is your other options?
I'll pick out a really nice bordello for me to be in the lobby of.
And he wakes up in the and he's in the warehouse holding up.
Exactly.
So is there a time limit on petrification?
Yeah, Dimitri didn't lie to Merc because from Merc's perspective, he'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, if it's 100 years for Merc, it's a moment.
Right.
To my knowledge.
And technically, Dimitri, whilst he can't necessarily cast a spell on himself yet, he certainly has the capacity to get hold of access to Stone Flesh.
Yep. And as a person, not a player, what I would say is that you have a very powerful mage tied up on the boat that probably knows a lot about this trap and spell because it was on his ship.
All right. Do you want me to untie him?
And some petrifications can become permanent. The stone to flesh spell, or the flesh to stone spell, is a permanent effect
Yeah.
if you concentrate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
The,
I can
well,
loosen
Oh.
his bonds.
well, I'd be talking to him first and find out what he knows and what his position is.
Okay.
You don't really go until you find out at least what he's going to say if he's going to be friendly.
Alrighty.
Okay, so just going to see what he might do if he was angry.
Thank you. It's heavy.
You're not heavy. You're just extra cuddly.
Big boned.
Fluffy.
You got it.
Okay, so I believe at this stage, well, what's Dimitri doing while Trellan's doing the interrogation?
At the moment, he's trying to work out whether or not he's got some way of transporting the giant while he's still in stasis. So,
Well, you're not even sure you can separate him from the ship.
takes a while to all those systems trying to work out. Because the first one was, I don't suppose that strength of 26 for an arcane hand would be enough to lift the stasis giant, and probably even work less so if it's got to lift the whole half a boat at the same time.
Well, you think it is a zone of weight that is the 40 odd feet by 15 feet by about 15 feet
Yeah.
that you have to move. Not just the giant by himself, the whole zone.
I know, and that's right, yeah, they start taking the whole crystalline structure. So, yeah, and that's why I say that. I suspect this is strength of 26 is not enough, but I thought I'd give it a look at the book thinking, what does that lift it? What does that carry?
So it would be easier if you destroyed the boat to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Considering it's basically like it's been built into the boat.
Yeah, that's right. It would be a case of lifting the boat as well as the sequestered crystal, as well as the giant, as well as some random lifelike human statue in the forecastle. But Dimitri is taking some time to actually work out options.
Okay, so yes, you. How do you get the captain to talk to you? Because you gagged him, bound him, blindfolded
I've
him.
gagged him, but I've lifted the gag
Mhm.
and just maybe got a sword under his neck.
Okay, so threatening him.
Stop.
Okay. Alright.
As you now see that Cetus, if he turns back into his normal form, has a nice Kraken cult tattoo on him.
Alright.
These are friends. We treat them like friends.
Okay.
Untie him.
Well, let's just check. Do you have the capacity to go from stone to flesh?
He has capacity to do something along those lines, he says.
What would be those lines?
Well, he could, make a few statues if you like.
We could always just keep Merc as a statue.
A lot of heavy lifting. We carry it around.
Yeah. We've got an airship.
And next thing you know, he's called Anchor.
Remember, of course, that Dimitri has got admitted that he can't turn him back yet. I said as a player he can't do it immediately, but Dimitri's not made any comment in person yet.
Well, so my knowledge of Dimitri is that he wouldn't let anything lie. So he would be a grandstanding, pompous piece of shit.
Tell them what you really feel like.
No holding back this time.
So, let's go back to the Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm. He says, has someone tripped a trap and tried to stick their hand in the money till again, have they?
That's right. Except there was no money till.
Well, it was on the money box.
I don't know. I'm stoned. I never got in there.
He has no problems doing so. He'll probably just take a finger as payment.
That seems fair.
All these survivors have plenty of fingers.
Wait, whose finger?
The person who got turned to stone for stealing.
I mean, does he need all 10 fingers?
But the somatic component of his bard skills.
You might just miss a few notes.
I'm never playing the flute again.
And is the flute your musical instrument?
No, I think it's a lute by memory.
Yeah, you only need all the fingers on one hand for that.
So
You don't really need these two fingers, to
Yeah.
my knowledge.
and
I'm not a guitar player.
as a quick recap, two halves of the boat were slowly moved to the island, and most of the survivors were ferried to the island, where you could spend quite a bit of time fabricating both halves back together.
So, where is everybody? Are they in the one place?
I believe they're all in the one place now, except for Merc, who seems to be just, blankly staring at a empty room.
So Dimitri and Merc are on the boat still. Merc got turned to stone in one of the cabins, and Dimitri is currently investigating what he's confident is the Storm Giant King currently under the effects of a sequester spell, a modified sequester spell, and working out ways of preferably transporting the Giant King back to the Princess without getting out of the Princess. That would then fulfill our requirements. Having searched of the boat, we haven't found the Storm Giant's crown at all on the boat. And the others have currently got all the crew, including the captain, who's a powerful mage, on the island, and they're trying to convince the captain to depetrify, have the ability to depetrify Merc, as long as Merc is willing to pay a figure.
Well, he can go for an eye.
But of course,
Pause.
okay.
And what was that, Ariadne?
I just wanted to get a clarification from session on the 11th of the 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
where we were originally meeting with I believe it was the Princess Sarissa, who is currently the person holding the helm. She said, find her father, find the crown. If we solve what happened to her mother and father, and that will restore the balance, which she believes the giants will see as a favourable thing. So does that mean we committed to solving what happened to her mother and father, not necessarily returning her father? Is that
is the wording.
correct?
That is the correct wording.
And the crown, as far as we would know it, would not necessarily be in one piece right now, because if it was, the father would be in charge and active. So we would actually be looking for pieces of the crown, which are the elements that come from each of the matriarchs, except one would be missing, and that would be the
Storm
giant mother who has died.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we were at with what we're trying to actually achieve.
That is correct.
Okay.
Helps having notes.
Calcrix would then like to reiterate that through telepathic bond to Dimitri, so that in Dimitri's investigations he is more focused on trying to find the shards, because he's got the super see everything, and he is one of the more likely successful investigators for things like that. But he's also worked out from Jeremy's summary what happened to the storm giant father.
Well, it looks as if he had either willingly, which the main spell works, or unwillingly, if it was a rare spell, get put into suspended animation where he could not be detected by magic.
So he may have sacrificed himself after his partner was killed.
Well, to prevent his partner from being killed, but not knowing she got killed anyway.
I see. Okay.
Not all people deal fairly.
Okay.
Or she broke whatever agreement he made.
Was
So,
Dimitri able to determine who put the spell?
Not yet.
Alright.
and yeah, just to clarify, so Dimitri has searched the ship as far as he can, like as far as he's aware, and like when I said he didn't find the crown, obviously, if he found the shard, we know about that presumably, so the
Okay.
and yeah, as I say, all we've got at the moment is the Storm King. Absolutely can't be absolutely certain it's the Storm King inside, because you can't see through the effect of the crystal block that the sequester spell has formed, and therefore, hasn't been able to yet determine, but he's still investigating the block that's on the ship and apparently connected to the ship, as to what the situation is, but can't communicate with the Storm King at the moment to find out what happened.
And
He's tempted. Go on.
no, he's tempted to.
He was just looking, thinking he could do a sending spell to the Princess Mystara to let her know that, hey, you found your dad, here he's located, on the idea that that would potentially satisfy much of the promise, but not the aspect of how he got captured.
I would say our investigations with, is it Trillin, interrogating the head captain mage person?
Well, I believe it went from interrogation to conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
with the sword behind my back.
Before I drop the ball, why is Merc about to lose a finger or an eye?
Well, he got petrified while trying to ransack their treasure,
I see.
which was why they suggested an eye.
Perhaps maybe we might negotiate a non-loss of limbs resolution to this. And
Well,
where is Calfrix right now?
I believe on the beach working on connecting the boat back together.
Okay, alright.
one question we weren't certain of, does Calvix have the flesh to stone spell?
I have stone shape. I have restoration and greater restoration.
Greater restoration's the one you want.
So it would be greater restoration.
Expensive.
Because greater restoration specifically removes petrification.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yep, that makes it simpler.
There's no stone to flesh anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so yes,
Sorry.
I have greater restoration.
I knew that, but I was waiting to see if anyone actually read it.
So it restores a creature and removes one of the following: a level of fatigue or strife, charm or petrification effect, curse or cursed item attunement, any reduction to single.
That's because if something was to petrify you permanently, it's not an instantaneous effect. It's a permanent effect.
Yep.
But if it became an instantaneous effect, you can't be brought back because you're technically stone from that point onwards. So if someone did the spell magic, it might. Not sure if it would undo the petrification.
Yes, I haven't used up my spell slots at level 5, so I can do a greater restoration on Merc. I feel like if I was going to do that, I presume that that's what you guys want to happen.
Oh yeah, because at the loss of a finger or an eye.
I prefer not, but
Well, they also offered a part I'm sure he's not going to use again.
Presuming I can maybe at some point step away from the boat, try my diplomacy on the captain and see if I can offer him some sort of resolution, and then I can cast greater restoration on Merc. But we will probably have to extract a very committed promise from Merc not to ransack any more of the boat or the captain's items.
Oh, they're already gone.
They're
Merc didn't
all-
get them.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Dimitri got them.
Dimitri got them.
Oh, Dimitri. Oh, well. Do I know this?
Did you actually take the stuff, Jeremy, or did you just leave them because they weren't magical and valuable to Dimitri?
No, I got it was because that was the bag of coins,
Yep.
the collection of daggers, and the diary, wasn't it?
Yep, with the red ink and the spyglass.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Dimitri pocketed it, right, and then read the diary to find out about the bad lock on the door for the Major's skull.
Okay, it also talks about Captain Daggerdark, who is in charge of the ship, and the fact that they take prisoners who have committed crimes deemed quite terrible to be imprisoned eternally, basically.
So we could take from that the Storm Giant King has committed such an act and might therefore be the reason he has been incarcerated eternally.
I mean,
We would need to confirm that.
we suspect he possibly killed the Storm Giant matron.
Well, not the matron, his wife.
So
The matron was killed by Dickies.
Had like a
I
disease or
do-
somebody else.
do
Or
I
Tiamat, depending on which version you know.
have I found that out through my identify and legend lore check on that?
I would say that Dimitri eventually stumbled across that in the diary.
I see.
Okay, it went to the captain's name is Daganark. And that, okay, it appears that according to their record, the Storm Giant King has been incarcerated for crimes.
With the last one being the killing of the Queen.
So it was the Storm King Giant who killed the Storm Giant Queen?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, at least according to their records.
If when Martin comes back, Trellin is happy for Calcrix to use some diplomacy, my first check would be to see if I can unpetrify Merc without maybe an apology, as sincerely as you can manage could possibly be in order. We're trying to ransack their respected goods. You didn't know better type thing. You will try to do better type thing, which you could sincerely mean but not succeed at.
Yeah, it's
Try
for try. I was saving his people, is what I was doing.
Yes.
Getting them on the ship, stopping them from drowning.
You did not intend to, for your actions to, you were trying to save the items, not ransack them.
Oh no, I was looking for stuff.
I don't think Merc can lie on that one.
Claim you were looking for records to ensure they were lost.
I was looking for records to help us on our endeavours,
Yes, I was hoping to spin it.
which funnily enough he has.
He was looking for the deed for the ship, so he could claim it as his own.
Yeah, and then get insurance on it.
Except now it's been repaired. It's worth a little less than it was before, but it's been repaired. Just one minor fender bender, they say.
If I'm able to join the group, and as long as Trellin doesn't mind Calcrix proceeding,
So the diplomacy, all yours, because I've got like +2.
I have
He
about-
diplomatizes by stabbing things.
I have close to +20 something on diplomacy, so if Trellin will oblige, we will release the captain.
A minute there I thought you were going to say release the Kraken.
I mean, I can do that.
And maybe not just yet.
See, this is a Kraken now.
I will use Coffee Craft to diplomatize with the captain. I presume the captain probably likes a really strong black coffee.
He does.
So I will
The thicker the better.
use my Coffee Craft.
Put some squid ink in it, make it blacker.
Okay, so that gives me proficiency at. Would this be persuasion or performance?
I do persuasion.
To be honest, the stats are almost exactly the same. No, persuasion's slightly better. So.
And hey, we've had, was it 5 natural 20s so far? Not bad.
Well, not a natural 20 for me, but that's
As improbable as it is, we have sessions where we have so many ones.
That's right.
We have had a natural one.
Yes.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the D?
Of course it's not trapped.
33 plus 2 is 35.
And then I read Gorkin breath on the person who opens it.
That's the fun kind.
If you didn't say you're confident there was no traps, I would have sat back and put on mage hand. But I'm like, no, he's confident. There's no traps.
35. I
Okay.
think I'm missing something, but
Well, we'll say he's very amenable to you because coffee, dragon, insane person with sword behind back, trying to smile but has that look of I want to kill you.
Big scary man with new fresh tattoo.
You look like a member of his crew, so he's more than happy.
I will see if as long as I presume he's amenable, I will then do a greater restoration.
So where have they moved Merc to just in time for him to be brought back?
Oh, there it is.
I'm assuming you'll be the one moving him because you're, big and strong.
Oh no, I tripped and threw him overboard. Darn.
Face down in the sand.
Can I throw him in the ocean?
You'd have to walk a fair bit, but yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's just instantaneous, and it doesn't seem to require a roll.
He does not. So you have a touch of him just as Cetus goes to do this whole lob into the water. And as he leaves Cetus's hand, he is now flying and awake and aware.
And we're going in a moment, just like Dimitri said.
There's no Dimitri, there's no ground, there's just this water coming up.
I'd be very confused. Very confused.
I'm hoping Cetus doesn't let Merc drown.
And yes, you land in half a foot of water.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, he's drowning.
I just kept saying, what happened?
A part of the spell was you had to be in free fall.
Please fish him out.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
He's not even
I'll remember
submerged.
this.
That
He fell into this much
I
water.
feel like that might have hurt, actually.
Probably a little.
Logged
I mean, if I was
into
part of the
very
giant, it
shallow
would have.
water.
Also would have thrown him further.
Since we're enjoying our extremely dark and strong coffee, I will ask him if he can tell me anything. First, I will request. Would he be okay if I casted a zone of truth so that he would know that I'm speaking the truth with him and that I'm being transparent?
He says that unfortunately it won't work on him because he has a spell that protects him from enchantments.
Does he need me to do so that he is assured of my genuine sincerity in my motivations?
Well, he says that considering you're a dragon and you could probably rip him in half, he'll go with whatever you're saying to be truthful unless proven otherwise.
I will.
Much like that squid person over there who also looks scary. Of course, a member of my crew now, as long as he wants to be.
We kind of need him as a part of our party.
You're a member of my crew. This is my boat now. Mum said it's my turn as the captain.
That could be what's happening. Look, I'm trying to make sure that this one doesn't actually die permanently in the next few days, and this one is supposed to leave at some point, and I'm trying not to get him to leave.
Well, he's just volunteered to be captain of the ship of the doomed.
I feel like this is probably not a good
this legal?
idea, but I'm also in for free choice. I will explain that we are trying to solve the mystery on behalf of the Storm Giant monarchy, King and Queen, their daughters.
Oh yes, the tyrant of the giants.
The daughter Sarissa?
The entire family are tyrants.
There you go.
Okay. Right.
They
Well-
will brutalize all the other giants because the other giants weren't allowed to retaliate.
There you go.
Could I get a more context about what
Big bullies.
happened in terms of your involvement with the Storm King in the Big Crystal Rock and the Queen? Are you able to tell us that?
Well, once he had the crown taken away from him, his power over all the other giants disappeared, and the queen, who didn't actually get a say in the matter, didn't want to be his queen anymore.
I see. And
Because it was rather one-sided, with every giant had to do everything he said while he wore the crown.
right.
No free will.
Does that mean that his daughters are equally inclined to be tyrants?
Quite possibly.
This is unknown.
Well, they've been brought up with the belief that they are superior to all other people. Everyone must bow to them and do exactly what they say, or they squish them.
I see.
Might makes right.
And so far, only dragons have stopped them from doing stuff.
Our suspicion is that the king killed the queen.
Well, she tried to kill him because, well, he had completely subverted her will for a few hundred years.
Okay. I think that's kind of fair, to be honest.
And he was left with having to kill her.
Right. And
Or die.
He won, I'm guessing, because she is dead. And then you have somehow managed to imprison him.
Well, he was brought to us with the thing of he could either be imprisoned or he can face the other giants for a punishment.
And so he chose imprisonment.
Well, he didn't want to face the people he's bullied for his entire life.
So if we are able to repair your ship fully, you will be able to continue to carry out what I seem to understand as being the role of imprisoning those who have conducted crimes that would otherwise go unpunished.
Yes, it is basically some of the gods of justice seek to stop such things, and as a lot of the gods are distracted right now, they've taken that distraction as a time to try to set things right elsewhere in the world.
I see.
As the goddess Terestia led the crusade to free the giants.
Terestia is very familiar to me. I would take it then that to our party, Karkuk would say, I think we could quite safely leave the Storm King here to his willing imprisonment for his crimes, report back to the Storm Giant daughters the resolution to the mystery of what happened to their parents, and we'll have fulfilled our goal to them without having to free what could possibly be a opponent we may not be able to stomp out ourselves.
By imprisoning him in this way, he can no longer influence those that come after him. If he was to die, his spirit can be reincarnated and his spirit can be contacted. And he can be brought back.
Well, as long as the rest of the party are happy with that. My primary concern is Trellin and Dimitri, because I know that they have a different view of the mission, and I want to make sure they're okay.
Yep.
I'm happy with, I'm happy with the hill giant strength and not being a Storm King.
Yes, you
giving me orders.
You would be under his compulsion.
So,
if he was revived.
So that's good.
And the same for Cetus.
Just one question.
Mm-hmm.
If your first 5 people,
We have the body parts of all 5 in that pile over there.
okay. So the problem is that they're not up to scratch. So
Someone seemed to have brutally murdered them.
yes, but
So it looks like one of them killed one of the others, so I'm not exactly sure how that fits in.
that's the issue, that I managed to kill them.
I believe Trellin's argument, I translate diplomatically, is that they need more training so that they aren't so easily overcome by one such as him.
Normally they don't have people run into them without notice, so I'm sure that such a skilled elf as yourself is not common.
Okay, well, yes. But
that was going to be my point. I'm considering that we're a pretty unique combination of adventurer heroes. I'm fairly sure they don't come up against beings as powerful or skilled.
Though it has seen many bards who seem to have too much curiosity
That
for other people's wealth.
is this not one of their lovable flaws?
That's why he turns them to stone.
I
I'll kill
now
this guy.
see a cemetery of bards turned to stone somewhere, which is quite...
There's a couple on the island, he says.
Is that why the graveyard has so many like perfect life like statues above them?
While the Red Dragon has a chess set made out of bards.
Bardic chess set. I have a limitation of how much. Actually, I don't think I've got the. No, I don't have regenerate. I've only got restoration, so I cannot help him with these bits. I don't know if any of our party members have the ability to restore these people. I can only hope that maybe your gods would look more kindly upon them in their service and might be able to assist. I am, however, prepared to pay reparations to cover the cost of what I believe is reincarnate, which I think is diamond
raised
dust.
Raised dead would require a raised dead fully due to the pieces.
okay.
If pieces missing on a normal raised dead, they have those pieces still missing.
Right.
Due to my association with Monday's group and the need early on for a lot of diamond dust for this particular ritual, that our is Lul a warlock or a
Warlock,
sorcerer?
yeah,
Warlock. To help our warlock perform this ritual, I am prepared to give you 5 lots of diamond dust if you are able to find a practitioner to carry out the ritual.
He believes he knows one in the forest.
That would be possibly Drusilla.
She helped make the boat.
I see. That would be why Cetus is. I will get you to count out enough diamond dust to cover the cost of the 5. reincarnations.
You'll take that as payment and not ask for further reparations because, well, the elf showed that they were lacking in some of their defences.
His role is to teach and elevate.
He does not think they learnt much. They died a little too quickly.
In 2 rounds.
Well, most of them died in 1 round.
Yeah.
Can you give us the secondary part of our quest is to seek parts of the Storm King's crown, the shards.
He says that may cause you some problems.
Our promise was to restore the matrons who lost parts of themselves, so that they cannot be controlled. So he said there's problems.
Says yes, you will have to go up against the blue dragon, Ilmrith.
Not this blue dragon, right? I've got Imrith's notes on Imrith. Wasn't Imrith Aragnak's sister in the endeavour of freeing the giants from the dragons?
Yes.
Right.
She took the crown.
So it may not be...
By ripping it off the Storm King's head.
So this may be more negotiation rather than battle, because if she is working towards freeing the giants from the dragons, and we can take these shards and return them to the matrons, we might be able to help her achieve her goal as well.
Potentially he does not know what her goal is.
Does he know where Imrith is? And
he knows that she has fled to one of the northern continents with the crown.
Oh.
Now that you have unearthed where the Storm King is.
Well, I guess our next port of call then might be going to report back to Sarissa.
She said to have fled to a desert where there is a place that dragons used to gather.
I think I know the desert. I think I know actually where this is. My dragon knowledge, would that give me that information?
You do know of one under the Yalarum Desert.
The which desert?
Yalarum Desert.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that the place where that blue dragon was?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same blue dragon? Okay, so it just so happens that there was a blue dragon there.
That blue dragon would be considered a student of this one.
I'm pretty sure that blue dragon was called River as well. But that dragons give wrong names all the time. But I know exactly where that is. Well, I guess the question would be to the party: should we leave that as a side quest and just complete this part and report back to Sarissa?
Well, Dimitri's going to say, in the sense of the whole justice side of the house,
Yep.
from his perspective, if he's effectively undergoing punishment for deeds done, then the question for the warden, irrespective of the quality of his guards, is are family members allowed to know of the giant's sequestering and imprisonment, and are they allowed to visit?
He says he cannot let them out of the prison. If he was to let them out of the prison, someone else has to take their place.
No visitation.
I mean, sorry, go on.
If there is no one to take their place for their duration of their stay,
There's
no guarantee
no
that they would be set free.
Can people come to the Warcraft to confirm? Oh yes, he's still technically alive and he's justly interred because, as I say, from Clarissa's perspective, she was obviously, or apparently, unaware of the situation, and I'm sure she'll be interested to find out that A, his father has been imprisoned for crimes, whether or not she then wants to try and fight those litigations, and the idea that the father killed her mother when the mother decided, hey, you've been a bastard to me all these centuries, as well as all the other giant kind. And I suspect that Clarissa would quite happily thinking, okay, maybe I don't need Danny back again, but she may want to know that, oh, okay, I have confirmation that it's all gone through and that he's legal when the justice system is accepted. And so from like asking the warden, would the daughter be allowed to visit? Not to let the guy be free to go and visit, I'm saying that the daughter come here.
Okay, you want to go to that point?
I just have a possible simplified version of that. When we go report to Sarissa, I can cast Zone of Truth on myself, and that may be sufficient for her without having visitation.
But you're the only one who knows if you're lying.
I can't lie on the Zone of Truth.
You can, yes.
Oh,
You just have to make a will save.
Oh, I could offer to be put under a truth spell.
But that wouldn't necessarily be definite. All I'm asking is the idea of
Yes.
if the daughter could come and fight, because the daughter wanted to know what happened to her parents.
So from their perspective, no one visits the boat because that's part of its security.
No, yes.
There's no way to verify whether anything about him, because while he is interred, he is completely out of reach of magic.
Okay.
And that's part of the interment.
Okay. Well, in that case then, is it allowable at least for the daughter to be made aware of the fact that he is interred? She can't visit, but at least to tell her exactly what happened to him and his mum.
He says yes, he can. She can request it from the goddess Terestia. Just getting the actual spelling for you to make sure I get it right, because it's Tarastia. She is the patroness of justice and revenge, but her one is just revenge. So the revenge must meet the crimes, not exceed it. Which means if she's involved and it's interred for an indefinite amount of time, these crimes must be quite large.
I could possibly also use contact other planes to create a connection if the Sarissa can't do that, because I can possibly use my contact to Idris, who is a goddess of vengeance, and just vengeance particularly, to patch me through to Terestia. I think that's how I've spoken to Terestia once before.
Terestia and Idris have worked together many times.
That's why I think the name is familiar.
The one they don't like working with is Talithia.
I've
Very
not
similar spelling. She's the one who wants the revenge to exceed the crime.
I've not met.
Basically, stop people from ever doing that again by making the crime the punishment so heinous, no one wants to do that again.
Makes sense.
I am making a note here that I don't want to deal with Olivia.
But from I guess the party's perspective, we don't need to put Sarissa directly in contact with Terrestrial, as long as we've got the authority to tell her
Yep.
you want us to find out what happened to them.
Yep.
According to the warden, who we have no reason to believe at this stage, he's been in prison for crimes against giant kind and the rest of civilization, including killing his own wife, your mother. If you want to know more, talk to Terrestrial. But we don't need to be the ones to make that connection, I would say.
That sounds like we're heading back to the storm giant realm, we have
Oh.
the conch, don't we?
Or we could actually just give you a penny and go off looking for the crown. Send a message saying, Dad found, in prison, killed Mum, talk to Terrestrial.
We have the conch for this purpose anyway. I'm not sure we should deliver this news through a 20-word message. I feel like you could lose a lot of context, and there's not a
Dad
good-
killed Mum. Dad in prison for life.
That's
Nothing to worry about here. Move along now.
Exactly.
I
Payment where?
absolutely get why Dimitri doesn't necessarily want to go back, but I do.
Is the conch reusable?
The sole use of the sole purpose of the conch was to, I believe, get us back to the location.
You believe
It's
there are limitations
teleportation.
to its use, but she didn't tell you all the limitations, meaning there's a good chance that you can teleport anywhere from the throne room.
Okay.
Every other teleportation might take you back there.
And whilst I was being a bit facetious about you ascending to tell her, there is definitely the argument of if it's not news she wants to hear, she might take it out on Messenger.
I feel like since she gave us this task, that perhaps even if it's not good news, she will be happy to have an answer. Just looking to see what I wrote on the conch.
But do you want to be in the heart of her power where you actually pass the message on?
To be fair, Calbrix is actually not. She's not intimidated by these. She is wary. She gives them a lot of respect, and caution. But her feelings is that, especially with the presence of the blue dragon in disguise in that throne room, and with her mother's influence over everything, it would take a pretty ballsy opponent of any sort to try and trap Calcrix in the Storm King's throne room.
And I agree.
So she's not too worried about being able to leave there, but I respect your wariness.
Well, and likewise, Dimitri, probably he's apparently confident, although, as I say, whether it's justifiably confident in question, but he's confident he could get out of there too. The question is though, if it did come to a fight to get out, do you want to effectively hurt any others in there because they didn't make things well, as opposed to, hey, we can fulfill the best, and then, hey, she can send the response back if she says, no, I ain't going for it, come with me, you're under a truce or whatever, like I say. You've got free passage. Because the other thing is that, yes, even with the blue dragon there that's currently disguised within her court, which would, as I say, almost certainly help Calcrix and the rest of the party get out if they needed to.
You believe the blue dragon in the court fled as soon as you discovered the whereabouts of the Storm Giant King.
Okay, well, that probably then modifies that, but like I say, was that if she has effectively hidden in the court all this time, then if she helped, she'd be exposing herself, and if she doesn't help, or rather, from a dragon perspective, you probably wouldn't want to be exposed anyway. So you wouldn't want to put her in the position of helping, but apparently she's not there, so that's easy. What do you want?
So
Or unless, except blue dragon working for this Immortals.
She was Immortals. It was the blue dragon who had the crown.
There you go.
I'm confused. Is Dimitri making a for lack of a better word, argument, but I don't mean it in the negative tense, that we should not go back to Sarissa and deliver the news and complete our quest.
Did we have a reward promised?
I believe he was going to suggest a sending to talk to her, to tell her you've done it, but to request to return to discuss in person, wanting some sort of assurance that you're not going to be attacked for your answer.
Yeah, that's what made you feel was, yeah. And then of course they'll say, did we have a reward promised? Because I want to go back to the reward
I feel like we shouldn't be attacked for the news anyway because we were asked to get it, but I'm not sure why we wouldn't go back.
Pretty sure she already knew that her mother was dead.
Yes. Finding
but
out.
not how she died.
Yeah. So I don't think she's going to be upset to find out that her dad did it and that he's been arrested for it.
Yeah, I think that.
So,
I don't think there's any reason to fear delivering her that news.
There are a couple of the gods who hate the men who completely demoralize women. Went after the people that they weren't allowed to touch while the gods were watching. Much like the Masters trying to take out Darrakan.
I saw the conch stuff earlier.
so
Here we go.
not knowing anything about giant society, are family units close?
They haven't been for quite some time because the Storm Giants haven't allowed it.
Yeah.
The Storm Giants were fairly close.
So do we think this princess, or this stand-in matriarch, or whatever she is, do you think that she's tasked us with this because of worry for her family, or more tasked us for this to solidify her position in the society that she currently has?
You believe
Number two.
You believe the second one more than the first one because the soul power rested with the king, and the giants have only ever had kings with the storm giants.
So essentially this could be great news for her.
So that
Or terrible news.
Terrible.
Those notes that I was reading from earlier about Inrith and freeing the dragons, etc., etc. So the reason why she gave us the task was if we resolve it, it allows them to restore the balance. Right now they're in a holding pattern. No one has actual power or ability to do anything because, as far as they know, the king is still alive and still technically the authority. Once he's confirmed as dead or out of the picture, they are now able to fight with each other and claim leadership, whatever.
The king had absolute authority. His every word was rule.
And they can't do anything until they know for sure he's out of the picture. So us delivering the news that he's out of the picture will give them standing to start acting under their own authorities.
You can imagine if you accidentally said, "Oh, just go home and do something to yourself," and they have to.
Okay.
So I think this will actually be greeted positively. Well, no one wants to be told their father killed their mother because he was a tyrant. But to have the authority issue settled is something that they're stuck until they get one way or the other.
The other thing that is comforting is that the Storm Giant King can tell his daughter who to marry. So
now she doesn't have, if he's out of the picture,
then she can choose for love.
Well, technically, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to marry at all.
No worries.
She's from the other giant clan's perspective, the women rule. The only time in their history the men have ruled is when the dragons intervened and put the Storm King in charge.
Right. Cool.
I say we use the conch, report in, and then move on to find the shards. She may even be able to help us in that respect. Maybe.
Let's do it.
Particularly if even if left any behind any information as to when they land.
Okay, so you send out a message.
I presume we would send a message saying that we will use the conch to return and report in.
Sounds good.
Okay, so she does respond saying they are waiting.
Ominous.
What can she do?
She's got a feast planned.
Just because I am well familiar with the endearing bardic flaws of Merc, I will do my usual and do a ritual death ward before I use the conch.
Okay, so you find yourself back in the audience chamber to the Storm Giants. There is about 10 guards here around the location you appear. Each of them holding glowing weapons, taller than any of you.
That's all right.
Could I also have ritualed myself up to my biggest size?
It doesn't last very long, but you could.
I feel like I did it last time, so that I wasn't going to be a whole deal smaller than everybody else there. And since I'm known as the Empress of the Skies there, and the person who did crown the Storm King originally, I think that might actually be a good idea. Just in case Dimitri's right and they want to stab us with those really good weapons.
Okay, so you find that you are escorted into the throne room surrounded by these 12 giants.
It's fine.
Storm giants or giants of each different type?
They're all storm giants. You see that it seems that the other giants weren't invited to the discussion. As you can see, most of them have been kept out of the throne room by other storm giant guards.
This could also be Trellan's opportunity to demonstrate to these giants how untrained they are too.
Don't give him ideas.
Well, I have a cloak of displacement.
He's ready to display some jaws.
So it shifts me 5 feet, and so it makes it have so any attackers have disadvantage on me. Yes.
That's assuming that they don't hit 5 feet around where they think you are as well with their attacks.
But yeah, if it's not an area of effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, 20 foot tall, assuming they're at least that tall, using a hammer,
Don't make me put
hammer's
tears
going
in
to be
my
pretty
eyes.
sizable.
They try and avoid being in combat.
Depends if they're doing
Even effective without
I
chances.
suppose.
Okay.
You are taken into the throne room. You can see that the 3 children of the Storm King are in the throne room. One sitting on the actual throne, and each on either side.
Sarissa, Nim, and the other one.
Are we still within telepathy bomb time limit?
You
Or
would have-
we activated before we came?
You would have had to activate another one. which is not a bad one
I
thing to
can do
do.
it as a ritual. So that lets me do Death
So
Ward.
the 3 siblings are Moran, Nim, and Sarissa.
That's it.
Chris is the youngest, isn't she?
Sarissa is the oldest.
Yes.
The oldest, okay.
The youngest is, I believe, Nim might actually be the oldest, the youngest. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it's Nim.
Actually, they're all daughters. He has no sons.
Yes. There's 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm. And so yes, Sarissa says she wants to hear all the details.
I will recount the story as we've discovered it, which is that her father lost his temper when their mother tried to reassert her matriarchy, and he murdered her, and for that Terestia, the god of justice.
So I might interject and say, when he lost the crown,
Yes, sorry.
he lost his mental hold over everyone.
That's right, sorry.
Yeah.
That's technically how the crown broke. He got separated from his head.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't for killing his wife that he got imprisoned, for all the crimes he did while he wore the crown.
So I'll recount the things we discovered, basically. And we'll let her know that if she wishes to verify what's gone on, that she could get in contact with Terestia.
And I might give you a performance roll to see just how entertaining you are describing how this all fell down.
Between persuasion and performance were my highest ones. Plus.
You boost her.
That's just what I'm looking at. I don't. With a like a bardic inspiration or something.
Yeah, Bardic Inspiration seems like the one.
Would you like to provide some backing music and bardic inspiration?
I would. Can I do that?
You can do that.
I will
Can I
pull
just
out
start
my
flexing
loot.
You can flex.
to assist the performance?
Apparently they're helping.
With my loot, I will match whatever Caltrix is saying, but through the loot and a bit of performance.
And what bonus does your bardic performance give to someone? Because
just-
you'll give that to the check.
I'm terrible with my notes. I haven't got them in the right order.
17 plus 7 plus 3 plus 5. Oh, was that 32?
Where is it?
The rage will either provide a D6 or a D8 or something like that, which is on top of expertise.
Sure, it's down here. Bardic Legends, Battle Hymn. Bardic Inspiration's a spell, isn't it? Sorry.
So now there is a feature that will do it.
Might be faster for me to Google it than it is to find it here.
Just looking up the basics. Okay.
As I'm looking up the basics, I
Bardic Inspiration.
thought I would provide Caesar's.
At 10th level, you can provide a D10 to a check.
It's 13.
So it's in the main rule book. You provide
rest of the evening.
once within the next 10
Here's a
minutes they
fish
can
sword.
add a D10 to a check, attack roll, or saving throw they make,
Will that help?
and
Yes.
it takes your bonus action to do,
Okay.
No worries.
other than yourself.
So
Yeah.
it was a D10.
It was a D10.
A
Yes.
D10.
and you have a number of uses per day equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh, here it is. Here, I found it. Yep. Yeah, I think I can have 7 a day.
Mhm.
Or 7 for a short rest, maybe.
Long rest.
Long rest. Okay, I'll change that.
I got a very high 3 on my D10, so
Three's
5.
3's better than nothing. So you have this big performance piece explaining everything in song, dance, and entertainment.
And loot.
And I'm sure Dimitri's just sitting back amused in the background going, this is not how he would do it.
And okay, specifically background aiming to blend within the background so that when things go wrong, he's not the first target.
Though you do notice the sisters seem to be tapping along to the song for some reason. It just seems catchy.
Yep.
As long as he
Okay, he'll certainly provide advice to go through telepathic bond, but I think I will listen to it. Okay.
And apparently the chorus of "and he's interred for life" seems to be catchy. That even the guards start to sing along to the chorus as they go.
We going along the lines with "He had it coming."
Well,
He had himself to blame.
you also understand that each and every one of them was subject to every word he said, and if he accidentally said something, they still had to do it.
And that would have been
If he
including his daughters.
dysregulated, they were in trouble.
If he says go kill yourself, they have to.
I'd like it to be on at least the player's record that Calcrix is one of the few characters who's read every single report Dimitri has written and then summarized it all into a concise dot point journal specifically of advice that Dimitri has passed on or experience that he has given that allows us to approach certain things like the Hollow World in Monday Group with more knowledge than we would otherwise have.
And then reference the long text for those who wish to spend the next week reading.
Yes.
Okay. You mean summarize the dot point? Sacrilege.
I would also need to add that Drazzle was the one who helped with the editing, so there's a Drazzle spin on all of this. I don't know whether that renders all of Dimitri's advice null.
Well, it's basically very similar because Drazzle just keeps reappropriating stuff that Dimitri's done.
Yeah, that's
Sounds like Dimitri's got some fans.
But so even though there are times where Calcrix puts her mute switch on for telepathic bond for Dimitri, she still pays attention to what he says.
Okay, so yes, after you have your highly entertaining routine that even you guys got caught up in.
I like the Chicago tone, and someone who kept in tune as well. did very good.
Okay, so she does thank you greatly for letting her know why everything fell down the way it did. And most of them did not know that every word had to be followed by the father because that was part of the whatever was happening. They just did whatever they were told to do as if it was their idea.
Yeah.
And that was how the Storm King kept all the giant tribes in line. Basically, they were told never to gather in groups larger than a single small family unit. And the compulsion lasted while he wore the crown.
Is there a way for Calcrix to find out if Sarissa knew of Imrith's presence in their court?
Well, she does say that one of her advisors has absconded with one of their magical items.
which magical item might that be?
She says it is known as the Kolinar Scepter.
How do we spell
Korolnor.
Korolnor?
That's correct.
Okay.
As she says, it is the thing that controls the skull throne from which she sits on.
And what does that mean for them?
It is their. It means that their seat of power is powerless while the scepter is missing. None of their defenses or not even their basic sanitation will work while it is gone. It runs their entire palace.
Is there a reason why they might have taken this scepter?
You think punishment, making them not so proud, because they suddenly are beneath even the hill giants right now in power.
And how long have they been without the scepter?
They say probably about a couple of hours. Because when around the time you did the sending, actually I think it was around the time you discovered the storm giant was when the blue dragon left with the scepter.
Okay.
But they didn't know it's a blue dragon.
No.
Got the eye and the pen.
What does that mean? So you said not even their sanitation.
Which means basically they have to do everything by hand.
Okay, so it's a little bit of hardship for them.
Which they've never done in their entire life, so most of them are looking at going, what do we do now?
Okay, well that's a them problem, not an us problem. Thank goodness.
But there is the question.
Which I think.
So if the blue dragon, well, which we know which he left, won't we?
Yeah. We probably won't
how
up.
How Immortals knew that we arrived and found the giant, the storm giant.
I would say.
Well, you already know that the red dragon was working with the blue dragon.
Aragnac did say that he considered Imrith his sister in this endeavour.
Yeah.
And so I would dare say that when we turned up and we did all the ship shenanigans, for lack of better way of referring to everything, he probably was in contact with her and told her that the ship had been compromised.
Yeah. Okay. So the red dragon was the one that was flying above the ship, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Have that.
I guess.
So how would a blue and a red be brother and sister?
Well, sisterhood, brotherhood, not
Okay.
actual
Right.
literal
And there's actually,
siblings.
they can literally come out of a similar hatch. Because the thing is, they can change their element.
Calcrix's
Calcrix got three.
siblings. One of her siblings is black, black dragon. One of her siblings is a red kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Drazzle, who's a blue dragonborn, and her brother, the Great One, is I forgot
Considered
what-
grey.
He's considered grey, yeah. So, and they all came from the same nest.
Right.
So you can have different elements depending on who your parents are. If mum and dad, say, were a red and a blue dragon, you might get red and blue baby dragons.
But environment
So-
also matters.
If you're a dragonborn,
I'm a dragon, but I have a brother who is a dragonborn.
Okay.
I have another brother who's a kobold.
Right.
But I'm also the daughter of 2 gods that are in a different plane of existence.
One achieves
Tiamat
godhood,
and
one stole
Bahamut.
godhood.
So one is justice and one is chaos.
And their children were created before they became gods.
Yes. So fun times.
They help you.
All of my siblings are gods except for me.
Right.
Drazzle's not a god.
Well, he's almost a god. Anyway, that said, can I clarify? Do we still have the quest part to fulfill? That we did promise that we would try to find these shards and return them to the matrons.
You did.
So Calcrix might try and do a sending to Aragnac and ask if he would put us in contact with Immortals so that we could discuss the shards matter. With possible guarantees of safety so that Dimitri doesn't set Trellin onto her.
Well, before you do that, you are still in the...
Oh, yes, sorry.
in front of the
Sorry.
soon-to-be queen.
Got ahead of myself. Apologies.
So, yeah.
You wanted to say something there, Jeremy?
I was going to say, in front of the Queen, presumably the Queen is about to ask us to go and try and recover her sceptre, but she hasn't actually put the reward out for killing her dad and mum yet. So.
Yes. Please finish off the stuff, Martin.
Okay, so she does say she is in a position to offer you some of the giants' treasures from their treasury.
Dimitri's listening now.
He says each of you may choose a item, but it will be up to you to figure out how to use them. She's not allowed to tell. That's part of the magic. If you do not learn it yourself, it will not work properly for you, and it will eventually turn on you.
Fair.
But all items of power are like that, she says.
I don't envy Merc.
The first thing is they can offer you a banner of what they call the Rune of Courage. It's basically something that will assist you in times of war or danger.
Do we
Sorry.
do we technically have the other members of the party around this at the moment?
Yes, they will get a choice as well.
So that was.
So I'm just thinking we've technically got a marshal with us, haven't we?
At the moment, you would have Hildren as well with you.
Just Hildren's missing, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, marshal Monday night, sorry.
Yes. I thought you were. I'm like, you're in the wrong party right now, Draknema.
We all do that occasionally.
So I'm interested in that, but if someone's got a strong feeling about it, then by all means.
I feel like maybe
My
the bard.
question was going to be, Martin, are we going to hear about all the items before people make a choice, or do we need to make a choice as each item is?
Well, if people say they're interested in it, then I will circle back to it and check. Especially if they're interested in more than one. So was someone particularly interested in that one?
We've had interest in that one, yeah.
Okay.
I would not discount it as an item that anyone would reject.
The next thing that they have is the diamond of blood diamond, basically.
What's the probability that that might be part of the hollow crown?
The blood diamond will track down the relatives of the blood related to the item. In this case, the stone itself was keyed to the dragon gods. So all those that are descendant from the dragon god this will point to.
I have a feeling I know who this might be related to.
I mean, do we need to track down any of your siblings?
The closest it will point to.
Okay.
So Calvin's holding it, always went to her.
Well, unless there's one somehow standing closer to us.
Calvin's holding it, always I did it, I found it, I've done my job, I'm good, found it.
Could you give me an example of how it could be useful to anyone, or would it just be useful to a dragon?
It would be useful to anyone who's wanting to track down the descendants of any of the dragon gods, which is technically most of the dragons. They can hunt dragons down with that.
I would expect it's something that Calvin would like to grab to ensure no one else could use it.
It would almost be a shame in a way, though, if the only prize Calcrix can get from this is one that she grabs to protect her relatives from hunters. That said, it is possible that one of the ways to find Imrith might be with this item.
The next one they have is called the Claw of the Dragon Slayer.
I'm interested.
Made out of a claw covered in molten silver, turning it into a blade that does not seem to be able to be broken or damaged.
Does this look anything like a particular sword that is currently slung on a certain dragon's back right now? Which is also a dragon slaying sword?
Not quite like that, no.
So quite different?
Quite different.
Hey, we're currently free for items that characters I have thought about playing would like.
Dragon slaying sword, dragon farming diamond.
Mm-hmm. I think this is all kind of geared towards fighting and slaying dragons so far.
I'm seeing a
outside
trend.
of the... Well, you would have the courage to go and face said dragon, find the dragon, and kill the dragon.
Kitty. Anybody, you're not supposed to have any of that. You might want to throw whatever he was eating out.
I think it's just the crackers.
Yeah.
Take all the crackers.
Okay, so he
To be
said...
fair, okay, go on.
She says that the next one that she has on offer is the Gavel of the Arbiter.
That sounds familiar.
Basically all about forcing truth.
4 for 4 now. The last 3 items have all been from the same character.
Well, I was thinking that it's hardly surprising that the Storm King's treasure trove is filled with items that might be useful against Dragonkind.
That's true.
And it's quite possibly that he was forced to hoard them from the rest of his people. Because he was also subject to the dragons while wearing the crown. So he was subjugated, and he subjugated his people. Okay, so the next thing they have is a ingot of warding. Which is probably the one of the more powerful items she's brought in at this stage here.
Is there any more description that we were able to have?
Just that it is designed to protect.
Just wondering if it's designed to protect you from dragons.
Amongst other things.
It can protect against anything, she says. The next one is also of the same level, is a orb of navigation. For those who wish to travel in style. Up next, she says, is the opal of fire. Which she says pretty much speaks for itself. Next is the granite orb of earth.
The granite orb of earth.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Could you get the cat off the bench, please?
What has he got?
He's jumped on the bench.
He's gone in the other room.
Well, we don't want him in that one. Then we have the blue pennant of the sky.
Jail.
Blue
Okay, I'll put you
pennant
down.
of the sky.
Did we understand what the granite orb of earth does?
Yeah.
Most likely earth magic.
Okay.
I'd say it's kind of like the opal of fire. Fire
Yeah.
magic, earth magic.
That
I
makes
feel like
sense.
the sky one
And
might be
pennant
good for
of the
Hildren.
sky.
I'd like to
And
register my interest
yeah.
in that one. as well.
Yeah. You'll be looking at elements at this stage.
Then
Well, that's my path of earth.
next is rod of the void.
Which will be entropy.
We've got. I think we've got a member for each of the things.
The
Capric's multiple.
Just making sure I've got all of them there. The last one is shard of ice.
Okay.
Giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different things to choose from amongst 6 characters.
Pretty good.
There are other things that I could have thrown in, but to be honest, they're not stuff that you would really want as that reward.
Yep.
She will also mention that the scepter is part of a set of 10 ruling scepters.
Okay.
But most of them have been lost to history.
Do you know if one of those scepters happens to moan when you swing it back and forth?
I have a scepter.
She says, that just sounds silly, no.
Okay.
That sounds much like what either a halfling or a gnome would invent.
She says that, but she loves it.
Does any of those appeal to you as reward, she says?
So the banner of courage and the orb of earth.
The granite orb
Granite
of
orb of
earth.
I don't know which
Good
one.
point.
You said the ingot of warding and the orb of navigation were two of the more powerful items
They are,
that
yes.
were there. So I gather when you talk about that, you're talking about rarity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just on the sword.
So I was thinking the ingot of warding because it protects and I'm squishy. But if you're keen on that, I'm happy to pick something else as well.
I'm assuming most of these items bear one of the runes. Is that correct?
All of these are. Most of these items do bear a rune. Not all of them,
Yeah.
but most of them do.
So certainly, as a runologist, Dimitri is interested in them all, but probably most likely or not differentially to him would be the shard of ice, because he's already got air, fire, and earth. Items with those runes.
Was
You're pretty
there
much Captain
any
Planet.
indication of what the shard of ice
Exactly.
did?
What was that?
Was there any indication of what the shard of ice does?
You believe it
Is
would?
it water?
You would believe it would be related to water, yes. And the idea is she's trying not to tell you how it works because you will not be
Yes,
able to
you
use
have
it
to.
if she tells you.
You have to learn how they work. I was just trying to, because we had the fire, earth, air, and entropy elements. I just wanted to confirm that that was a water element.
So unless anyone objects, Dimitri gets the shard of ice.
I think I'm the only water
Which,
aspect of one, and
is-
I don't want it.
When it's handed over, the shard is long and slender, roughly the size of a dagger. It has what they call the ISE, as in ice, rune, glows within it. The shard basically is glows while being held.
Okay.
Did anyone else want to speak up about what they wanted?
I was sending the list to Rhiannon, but I can't remember everything that was on it.
I've got it
So
written
we
down if
had
you want.
a banner of courage,
Yep.
a claw of the dragon slayer, a blood diamond that can trace the dragons basically, a gavel of the arbiter, which is regarding truth, an ingot of warding, noted as being more powerful than previous items and designed to protect, an orb of navigation, also noted as being one of the more powerful items, and something you would do if you wanted to travel in luxury, but I don't know how that works. Then we had our elements, an opal of fire, a granite orb of earth, a blue pennant of the sky, a rod of the void, and a shard of ice, which was water. Dimitri's asked for the shard of ice. I believe Trellin was interested in granite orb of earth because he's earth oriented.
Yes.
And Merc was interested in the ingot of warding because he's squishy. you could quote him on that.
Yeah, that is direct quote.
Yeah, I've put names behind the ones that we've said that we wanted.
Okay, so Trellin is given the Orb of the Stain rune.
Yes.
It's a granite orb the size of a adult human's fist, with the Stein or stone in giant. Rune appears on it in the form of crystalline veins that run across the surface. So nice and descriptive.
Yes.
What about Calcrix? Did she have a...
I am looking at it in terms of all the missions I've got still assigned to myself, and also the understanding that I know I'm the future creator of the Great Hunt. So she would be most interested in the gavel of the arbiter and the opal of fire, but I'm still.
Does anyone else want the gavel of the arbiter? So no one else wants that. Does anyone else want the Opal of Fire?
What was my
Yeah,
thing
I wanted-
again?
Yours was the Orb of the Stein Rune, or the Granite
It's
Orb of Earth.
the granite of earth.
Mm.
The granite orb of earth. I've already got one Dragon Slayer sword, but you were saying this one's more powerful?
Well, this one is a specific item,
Okay.
not a thing you can build. Something that is rarely made.
Is it alright if I take some time to think about it,
Yep.
depending on
You can.
if somebody else claims it first?
What
they
about
claim
Sean?
it first?
I would like to claim it first, the sword.
You want the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone object to that one?
I'm undecided, but I've got no good reason to stop Cetus from taking it outside of the fact that it would possibly be something that I would want to protect my kin from being
So-
used against them.
If I could just make a connection, you have a dragon slaying sword,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a belt of hill giant strength, which makes you hate dragons.
Yes.
This is all working.
That's all. It all comes up ticks.
This is just win-win.
Win-win-win.
Which is where Calcrix has got her. I can't think of the right word. Apprehension.
Heckles. Her heckles are up.
We'll call it apprehensive. She's apprehensive, but
Okay, so
she's got no grounds to.
you're
really-
presented with a dragon's claw that has been covered in a coat of molten silver, upon which has been inscribed the worm or dragon rune, known as Claw of the Worm rune. Okay, what about Merc?
I think I'm gonna
Go for the ingot.
Ingot of warding.
Yeah. Bit of protection, I feel, is needed.
Yes.
I'm glad you did that because I already sent the message and said that's the one that you took. With a subnote of Cosy Squishy.
Yeah. Direct quote.
Okay, so what you are given is what appears to be a simple ingot of iron ore, about a foot long and a few inches across. On its surface reveals a faint silvery outline of what is called the Skald or Shield rune, known as the ingot of the Skald rune.
Would it be from the northern regions?
The Giants and the Norse share very
Yeah,
similar
yeah.
wording.
Ingot of the Skald rune.
Mm-hmm.
S
As in
K-A-L.
SKOLD.
Oh,
Okay.
LD.
Similar word but
Very
different meaning.
It's probably got two little dots above the
It does not. But I think that's more of a fault of the
You're
writers than of the actual word.
There's also a W in it.
And if you want, you can wait for a chance to think to choose one of the others.
I'm sorry, yeah. It'll take a couple of days, unfortunately, for
I
the
understand.
process.
You can get back, and that would probably be a good point to stop, as you are able to then take these items as partial payment for also getting the scepter back as well. So one partly for getting the information about the father, and the rest to make sure you will get the scepter, because she also says the items themselves can be recalled.
Player question.
Yes.
How far would Calcrix be pushing her luck if she guaranteed return of the scepter in order to get a choice of two? Would that be a persuasion roll, or would that be she'd be pushing her luck too far?
She says if you can guarantee finding a second scepter, you can have another item.
There are 10.
There are 10, yes. 9 of them are considered lost to time, but hey, This one was also considered lost to time until you found out it's one of 10 ancient dwarven
Elrond
scepters.
technically has another scepter on her at the moment too.
They were
doesn't it?
actually part of the extinct dwarven civilization.
Well, instead of using the word guarantee finding a second scepter, she will keep it in mind that if she can track down a second scepter, then she could possibly trade it in for a second item. So did you say they're extinct dwarven?
Yes. She says the dwarves who died out before those who were created by the new dwarven god Kagya.
The old age of dwarves rather than the new age of dwarves.
Yes. The dwarves who lived above ground instead of being underground.
Aren't they just halflings?
What?
I mean, that was like an actual in-world lore thing. No. Those the halflings or the gnomes I'm thinking of?
The gnomes are part of the new dwarven race. Technically, the dwarves don't admit to their existence.
I have to go back into my journal, but I think I've got a scepter already.
And we'll see what Rhiannon would like to get for her
Yes.
character.
I'd also like to take that in consideration in case she wants.
Though I do think Devil of the Arbiter may be a interest for her.
That's what I mean. That's why I didn't want to commit. I wanted to leave it open for because she's not here to speak for herself today.
I've been sending her updates throughout the session.
Okay, so...
Do they include more amusing pictures?
I mean, I got a picture of a kraken with Caesar's mutations on it.
I feel like you should be sharing this with the group and not just Rihanna.
I will send it when it's not going to send a bunch of pinging noises in the stream.
Yes,
Okay.
that's preferred.
So with that, next session we're expecting to take on a blue dragon either in negotiation, some sort of test, or flat out combat. But if you take the combat option, prepared to be going up against a dragon at the height of dragon power.
Can Calpric's flag, legend, lore, Imrith?
You can. And I can start the next session with that. Just note down to remind me.
You also.
Long rest.
They will do it as
Long
well.
or short?
You can just put.
It's half an
lore,
hour
Imrith.
short rest, and
1
it's
hour.
8 hours.
Long rest.
Or 1 hour short rest, I believe.
1 hour
Oh,
short
okay.
rest. You can take a special version for half an hour, but you have to do a check with a chance of it not delivering anything.
Well, maybe it's worth.
I
rest
may
before we
need
go
to
see
do
the
a
dragon.
long rest to. I cast like
A lot of
greater
spells.
restoration and all. Yeah,
Let's have a
I'm-
long rest before we go see the dragon. Hey?
I think that's probably a good idea because
Yeah.
I also did death ward on you just in case we got attacked
We've got a long way to go.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
and I've done a few enlargements and a lot of telepathic bond. So I definitely need a rest.
Cool.
Okay, so that would be a good point for us to say next session you'll have an interesting thing to happen.
Can we pre-rest? Can I do an identify on something and then post-rest do an identify on something?
I believe the
Not the 12 items.
believe the Queen would want you to leave the castle before resting.
Yeah.
But pre-rest, can I still do my identifier on not these items? I want to do an identifier on something else.
Sure.
And because
Um,
I get a free one per each side of a rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I'm expecting it'll be at least a few days travel, absolute minimum. So you've got multiple rests available.
Good.
So she will
Do
also
we-
ask for the teleportation conch back.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, she.
could I see if I could negotiate to
Well, you've got to return the scepter, so she will.
hold on?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do. It would make sense, Your Highness. for us to hold on to the conch for the moment in order to return your scepter to you as soon as possible so that you don't have to haul buckets of feces and urine up and down stairs any longer than you have to. I imagine giant poops are bigger than human poops.
Moving on that note. Okay, so...
No one made a fart joke. I think we should all get congratulations.
So we'll put on onion credits and we'll finish up there.